turn on the sound. Things are moving. Hello, everyone.
Hello, we're live.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello and welcome. Welcome to Feytouched. I'm James, and I am a professional dungeon master with RPGathome. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to what is the last session of our first chapter this week. So very, very excited. This is episode 11 of, let's call it season 1 of Feytouched. Once we've gotten to know, which is kind of the Hag story arc, which is coming to an end this week, which is really,
We need something
really
better than
launch it.
kind of the hag, or
Kind
as
of
the
the
title
hag.
of the title.
That's right. Well, to be honest, I think that season 1's called Feytouched because that's what I've been thinking in my mind, which is really, really cool. But welcome for those that are joining us each week. And a very warm welcome to our 3 players. Of course, Taylor is missing this week. Esmeralda won't be joining us. She's a little under the weather, so we wish her a very speedy recovery. Hope you're doing really, really well. But for the rest of us, hi. Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Eric.
Hi.
What's happening?
Not much. I'm here to play.
Here to play.
Nice.
Sounds devilishly. And g'day, Jared. How are you today? How's things looking?
They're good. I'm just, slightly touching up screens as we go, because the worst is I have problems with them being imperfect, and OBS just doesn't like you touching these things up on the fly. So, but we're good. I'm here. I'm playing Quinn. Did you even talk about Bisbo at all? No, that's
No.
cool.
No.
It's like,
I'm
no,
an
I'm here
elf
to play.
ranger. Soon to be a Lollapalooza bard, I think, in season 2. I'm really gonna double down, maybe triple down on this. So, whatever the Feytouched Lollapalooza equivalent is.
It's all it is Lollapalooza. That's
Just the whole Feywild.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ironically,
Just
there is
joking.
one. You'll get to see it. And of course, last but certainly not least, Tyler Trini. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am pretty good. Australia's looking pretty good. Blue skies. We're into spring. We're all in lockdown. None of us allowed to leave the house. It's fantastic. It's a
Yeah.
good time to play online Dungeons and Dragons, really.
I love your
Of course,
style.
playing.
You-
Go on.
I say I love your style where you're like, if I'm gonna be in lockdown, I'm gonna get 700 minis sent to my house.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna, ride this wave out.
it's been quite extraordinary. Reaper Bones 5 arrived at our house today, so my children and I have been busy playing with small pieces of plastic all morning. We're loving it. It's been really, really good fun. So I think that's us for the rest of the week. It's going to be good. Painting small things, pretending to be
Cool.
fighting. It's going to be great. Speaking of pretending to be fighting, welcome back to Feytouched. Before we begin, I do need to acknowledge our wonderful creatives that help us each week, particularly the absolutely incredible work of Darshan Fragnani, our wonderment from Brazil, who's done our great character portraits. He does tokens to match our beautiful character portraits. He's frenetically working on some new NPC portraits for us, which is really, really wonderful. Can't wait to show you those in season 2. And so thank you, Darshan. You're really wonderful to work with. There's so many other wonderful artists around providing maps, art, and sound for D&D. I need to say thanks to Sirenscape for doing all the spooky sounds for this whole season. It's been really, really great. Obviously, we're using a lot of stuff from Kobold Press. Our game is set in Midgard and the Forests of the Ardennes. We have been using some wonderful NPCs by a group on DM's Guild called Wild Court. So check them out on DM's Guild. They do some great Haggy-like stuff, and I've got another monster from them this week if you open up a certain door.
What? We're done. We're tapped out. We've had quite enough.
Yeah, no. And of course, big shout out to Jared Blando, who's done this amazing Hag's Lair map, which is really, really good. There's some amazing art today. Hope you enjoy it. And more to come, I've got to say. My Patreon addiction knows no bounds. So finding more and more wonderful artists each time. We will add all the links to all of our artists on our YouTube once we publish it, and yeah, keep an eye out. But when last we met, oh my God, Tismay turned her back on what was such a golden opportunity to become a hag in a coven. It should have been the aspiration of a lifetime. But no, in our grand showdown with the hag Omuerta, our intrepid adventurers found themselves in the bowels beneath Hag's barrow in a horrendously submerged cavernous crypt. wading into knee-deep water, our adventurers were tracking down Tismay, who'd sunk beneath the earth of a swamp by the use of a boglin, and was being presented by the hag Omuerta with a choice to join their coven and a relish in the power of her goddess Sarastra, the goddess of twilight and magic, ultimately becoming one of these, a powerful hag, and the transformation from baker's daughter to full-blown hag would have been complete.
Every father's dream.
Right. Tismay had been offered to drink from a cauldron that would require a sacrifice of her own flesh. And so she'd cut off a finger, trying to buy some time, I guess, as the hag tempted her to drink from this cauldron to give her supernatural strength and constitution to be able to survive the rigors of her transformation into hagdom. At the same time, our adventurers were rushing to assist her, working their way through a number of convoluted traps beneath beneath the barrow, ignoring the haunting flute-like sounds of a sea lang that they'd encountered earlier, deciding nope, the expedience was better than being distracted by old foes, and making their way down to the barrow. They came across Omuerta, some heartfelt, passionate pleas of friendship and what's the
common
word
sense.
for?
Common sense.
From Bisbo,
and desperation, just pure desperation.
Managed to persuade Tismay that perhaps becoming an evil hag and becoming a blight on the landscape wasn't all it was cracked up to be. And Tismay turned her back on Omuerta. A massive fight ensued with Omuerta dragging the roots of the willow tree to protect her, summoning columns of water, an horrendous boglin, and a patch of moss that continued to roll forward like a inevitable doom onto the battlefield.
I am the guardian. I am the guardian of the moss wall.
Oddly as scary as Omuerta herself, this looming 5-foot, 10-foot reach moss coming over the stairs, like it feels like one of those like childhood horrors that I've had to push to the back of the depths of the memory.
Absolutely. Yeah, this slow-moving kudzu that just kind of grows a few feet a year.
Well, it almost one-shot Quinn. Like,
yeah,
it hit you so hard. That was one of the things
it did. Yeah,
it's like 26 damage, right?
Yeah.
something insane.
Something
just
ridiculous.
like, oh, this is real. Oh, we're in a bad place. Like, this is not a good. This is not cozy. This is not safe.
Meanwhile, our healer is sawing her finger off over a cauldron of
as you do,
as one does.
Almost her pointer finger, may I add. That almost happened. So
I
didn't realize
one of
that
the
there
worst
is
options.
somatic gestures that require to do this to cast spells
amazing.
later on, like fireball.
Important to clerics.
That's right. Holy symbol in one hand and up in the other. And of course, the moss managing to knock Esmeralda unconscious as well, but not before Esmeralda had managed to cast her she glory onto the battlefield, forcing Omuerta to take a knee under the power word kneel. This when she shows her true she radiance onto the field, allowing Tismay to fully summon the magic of Sarastra and destroy the hag once and for all. The hag, of course, had been banished years ago, decades ago, by a group of adventurers that some had given their lives to get you to that point, to get you to that barrow. And as we begin our adventure deep beneath the bowels of this barrow, with some of the water subsiding, the floodwaters starting to move away and seep back into the earth, you see the desiccated and bloated body of Omuerta lying prone within the mystic circles that she'd cast. The magical cauldrons left and right continuing to bubble with their effervescent foul magics. Looking around the room, you see that there is a number of benches that have been completely upended and their material scattered over the floor by the use of whirlpool-like magic that had moved through this area. And now that the water is starting to subside, the overwhelming stench of floodwaters and crypt death just assails your senses as you look around. You all can see in the dark. You all have dark vision, but the gloominess and the deep darkness within this space is difficult to make out. There's a slight eldritch glow coming off the cauldrons, but it is certainly gloomy. It is cold, it is dank, and it smells of death. It's exactly what a hag holiday home should smell like, really. As you look around, checking each other for wounds, the waves of exhaustion start to hit you. This has been a long day. The frenzied fight with yet hounds across the moors, and the final battle with Omuerta has taken a lot out of you, both physically and spiritually. So as you look around the battlefield once more, it's over to our players. Let's begin.
I'm getting serious. We got to do some serious investigating. So I put my big fedora on my head, get out one of my fake cigarettes.
Where did you get that hat from?
I've had it this whole time. It's from Drake.
It looks ridiculous.
What do you mean? It like falls over my head? Like it does not fit my little head at all. I mean, and clearly there's been attempts from Godwin to like, this is a kobold head, like a man's head, like a large man's head. So I try to like readjust it. I grab Godwin's body. I'm kind of putting it in a little sack. Okay, don't distract me, Quinn. I have to get in the zone. I have a case for the books. It started with, I was about to say dames. It started with two ladies coming to us for help. And we bucked up and we got the bad guy. But now, in the shadows of this den, there are more clues to be found.
Who are you talking to?
Question.
You?
Oh.
It helps me get. It's like a trance. Okay. Drake used to do it all the time, and he said it got him in the zone. So.
But you don't record these notes at all for later?
I will write it down later. Don't stop, Queen. Stop trying to mess with my zone, okay?
Dear Lord.
God.
I'm gonna look around for torches to light James while he's just rattling off whatever he's doing.
Guys, can't work.
Everything is doused wet, and it doesn't look as though there's been torches per se. You can see that there's some nasty looking candles that you guess have probably been rendered fat of some kind of creature that's around in this space. You see that this room was once some kind of nightly burial chamber. You see that there are stone caskets and statues everywhere amongst here, some of them defaced and vandalized, some of them smeared with blood and some other sacrificial kind of material. There is a large statue that has been warped and changed to look like a hooded woman that you would immediately pick up as an image of Sarastra, goddess of night and magic. Of course, there's still these writhing or large amounts of willow roots around this chamber. No torches, though.
I'll go around, attach little spotlights to each corner of the room.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little mechanical, kind of looks like a flower, like a mechanical flower. And as I press the button, the like petals open and a little light shines out of them.
Nice.
Just in each corner of the room, just to provide some ambience for to get to my zone.
Mechanically, what is this thing that you are doing?
They're each. It's my mechanically, it's my magical tinkering. I have 4 of them.
Oh yes, okay, and they give light.
10 feet of light. It's very small. It's like 10 feet of light. Yeah.
10 feet of bright light, is it?
Let me see. 5 feet of bright light. So it's not that much. It's.
I have torches. I have torches and we in our bag. We brought torches with us.
Yep.
I didn't get washed up. I don't think.
No, that's fine. Yeah. If you want to, if you want to bring a torch out, that's fine. Yeah.
As
The
like he
torch
sets up these like
flares.
small ridiculous
totally.
lights, I'll just actually.
It's
light
mood
them.
lighting. It's mood light. Damn it, Quinn! I let you do your thing in the wild. This is my jam. Okay, I have to get in the zone.
You want me to put it out and then you search in your mood lighting?
Fine, just put like a hood over it and like flicker it like it's in one of the lights from the cities. You know, they never quite work. They're always flickering in the dusk.
While this debate is happening, Tisme would like to get up and go primarily back towards the entrance, but she wants to look to see if anything else is moving, if someone else is like coming down the hallway, if they're about to be. She just wants to make sure that they are alone for the period of time. Mostly looking like back towards the way they came to see if she hears anything, I guess.
Could you give me a perception check, please?
Okay. Perception. Plus, when did that happen? Oh, never mind. That explains it.
Yeah, proficiency skill has gone from +2 to +3. Oh, you know what we have not done, folks?
We didn't do our hit
should have done
die.
this earlier. We have not done our hit die. So sorry, we're just going to stick a pin in this. We will return very, very shortly. One of the things we should have done that we didn't. Last week we leveled up. You guys are at level 5. Congratulations. An extraordinary leap, and the power of creep becomes real. And so, of course, we can roll our hit dice this week, which is really, really very exciting. So who wants to go first before we...
Taylor does. I'm just kidding. We'll make her roll.
I do, because I don't want to be sad when I roll another 1 and everybody else rolls 8s. So
okay.
I will go first.
You want to go first. That's good.
Just to have less sadness in general.
All right. So we're rolling a D8. We're rolling a D8. Just left click and drag an 8-sided dice into the chat window for me.
Oh, and then I can just add it manually.
And we're going to add your con bonus, which is a mighty +1. So we get 6 more HP.
Average.
Nice. Run of the mill.
No. 6, 7. Excuse me. Oh wait, no, you're right. 6. I was looking at my save.
The cigarettes you're smoking.
I was looking at my save. Okay. I'm better at con saves than I am at HP. Did you up my HP? Should I do it?
I did. It's done.
Oh.
You now have a massive 31 hit points.
Wow.
It's actually
I'm a tank.
It's significantly big. That's kind of good. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Please.
She's gonna get an 8. Watch.
Also rolling a D8. I rolled well last time, so this might be the.
You roll well.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
The worst possible. A 2.
Damn.
That's what I got last time.
So 4 more hit points. You're now up to a massive 40 HP.
Yes.
Congratulations, Quinn. Lucky last.
D10 for me, correct?
Yeah. The swole ranger gets a D10.
That even sit in the thing? No, it didn't.
Yeah, 5. Why not?
I'm not sad.
37 HP. Not as much as a cleric, but we're getting there.
Can't
I'm a little sad. It would be nice if you guys had higher HP, but
It happens.
it was good.
That's all right. We're doing all right. All right. So thanks, guys. Congratulations. 5 is pretty cool.
We're not rested or anything, right? Like, so we don't have access to the slots or the spells or anything like that, correct?
Not as yet. No.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
I'm glad you're actually going into watch while these shenanigans are happening.
So with a 13 of perception, from what you can tell, going to the stairs, looking back towards the entrance, there are a number of doors, the crypt doors on the left and right, that are closed, bearing your vision. What you see at the end of the hallway is kind of a set of stairs leading up out of this place. And of course, this is really the first time you've had a good look around here. You were brought directly to this chamber. You can't see anything moving. The moss-like creature that was destroyed is kind of just clumped foliage at the base of the stairs. And with a 13, you can't hear anything either, bar the faint dripping sounds of water coming from the ceiling.
Okay.
Quinn lights a torch. Small mood lights have been placed around, bathing it in a beautiful soft glow, where you see the body parts and intestines and blood everywhere. It's quite enchanting. Bisbo, Quinn, what would you like to do?
I would like to investigate. I seem to not be able to use my spells. There's no things to press?
Yeah, so we just move to combat, and then when display on Fantasy Grounds, toggle group until it comes up with action.
Oh, okay.
There
That's
we
what
go.
it was. That's what it was. Yes, I would like to actually start investigating now. I'm definitely looking for any, like, any evidence of what she was doing. Anything written, anything magical. I'm basically just combing through everywhere with Quinn's help. I'm asking Quinn to help me with this. So we're looking for written documents. We're looking for magical things. Of course, links to the Feywild, links to how maybe she got here, anything about Tremana. I mean, the full...
Yeah, doing the whole thing. Are you casting Detect Magic at this point?
I guess I would cast Detect Magic first, yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense, yeah. First I would cast Detect Magic and then start investigating.
No problem. All right. Over some time, as Tismay starts to look further back, the large kind of mechanical feelers and proboscis that come out from behind you, almost like water divining rods that start to twitch left and right and kind of point you in a number of directions. You get an overwhelming sense of there is magic contained within the corpse of Omuerta.
Okay.
You see that underneath one of the tables, upended, there is what looks to be a smashed metal dented lantern that is glowing with a magical glow. The cauldrons themselves are giving off a faint level of transmutation magic, particularly the large cauldron that had been undertaken with a ritual. None of this. There is some not spell books. There's some written material, but it's massively waterlogged and almost illegible now.
Okay.
There are, you would say, they're not radiating magic, but just from your knowledge, you can see that there are spell-like components around here, herbs and parts of animals, and there's a number of bottles with preserve-like material. They're not radiating a magical glow, but there is certainly items on Omuerta and this lantern that's smashed into the corner.
For sure. Well, I'll grab the lantern right now. We already know we're bringing Omuerta's body, but I do want to do then a non-magical search to find.
Yep. Hit your button.
Anything hidden?
Go with investigation. Yeah.
Can I use my mind acceleron?
Yeah, you totally can.
And I just click the 1, right?
Yep.
Mind acceleron for those of you just tuning us in.
I guess if somebody's just tuning in now and never seen anything of the show before, Bisbo has a kind of a metal band across his head, and some of the features of it is a small Tesla coil on top. He also has a rotating eyepiece that he switches when he's using different magic, or magic, quote unquote. So he switched it now to his like magnifying glass setting, and as he's to kind of sharpen his focus, he basically electrocutes himself a little bit, just a little medicinal zap, basically.
Medicinal zap.
Yeah,
I was just going to say you changed the name of all your spells, but I appreciate you going back in there and giving us the visual look in. Get in there. We got to take something.
Nope, didn't roll. Didn't roll in there, and the thing didn't roll. So let me do this again. Sorry, go on.
We need to take something back, I think, for the army. Otherwise, we're going to have a testy group. We might need some sort of tribute.
Well, her body is right there, but also there must be things on her body as well. 26.
A 26 for investigation. Okay.
Oh boy.
Yes.
What have we got here? That might be shown.
Now that Quinn let me get in my zone.
I turned the light on. I gave you light. That's what I did. Put that cigarette out.
It's like powder. It's like powder.
Is it? Okay.
It's not even real smoke.
Just say the cauldrons are flammable, so the second you get near it,
just everything. Yeah, all the podcasts.
There are a number of jars on one of these workbenches. These areas that have been that she's obviously been using to prepare ritualistic spells. What you see is finely curled locks of hair that have been just neatly plaited together, and they're in a jar. And at the end of each plaited lock of hair is this tiny script of paper with the names of people.
Reviewing these names, does any shot come out to me?
No, you don't recognize any of the names.
Tisme?
I will show this to me in a second. I just want to ask James: should I roll for Arcana, or can I just make the assumption that she's obviously using these as a focus for her magic?
Yeah,
right?
yep.
Or some
that's
binding
fine.
magic or something. Okay.
You would say probably scrying magic.
Yeah.
Yep. So she's using these to scry. You also see that there are a number of white swan feathers that have been bloodied. So you can see that the swan feathers themselves are covered in blood. You're of course aware that the Kikamora within Riverbend was utilizing a swan feather to allow scrying to track Tisme earlier.
Yeah. Okay. So I can assume these are people's blood. So whatever blood, that's how they. Okay, it's just more of.
You also notice that there's a number of objects, childlike objects that probably would have been the possessions of this baby, the baby of which Esmeralda is still coddling. So there's a crib here. There's a baby, a rattle. There's a number of different pieces of clothing.
Okay, we'll grab that.
Yep.
I guess the only other place, so if that's everything I found in the place, I would then search Omuerta herself.
Yeah. Omuerta glows with a radiance. Her robes themselves give off a faint glow.
Okay.
You can see within her pocket there is a muck-encrusted large river oyster pearl that is glowing brightly.
Okay.
And around her necklace is interwoven with large pieces of twigs is a gold medallion of a skull with red ruby eyes, all three of which are glowing with quite significant magical power.
Okay, hold on a second. So I'll just grab all the stuff off of her, and I'll turn to you, Quinn, and be so. Do you want to bring back her body, or do you just what do you want to do?
She's pretty large, isn't she?
Yeah. She's a fat old hag.
I think we just take the head. That doesn't bother anyone else here.
Question to the DM regarding having prepared spells for the next day.
Yeah.
Even though it's not actually a new day.
Yep.
Should I remember?
What would you like to do?
I was going to cast Gentle Repose on the body, so it doesn't continue to fall apart. Ritually cast it because I don't have any spell slots.
Yep, that's fine. Yep. No
okay,
problem.
so
at the same time that he's doing detect magic, you can be preserved.
Yeah, I'll sit down next to the body and cast that.
Sounds great.
So it was a giant pearl, a necklace with a medallion.
If you look on the right-hand side of your of Fantasy Grounds, up the top, there is right next to where the combat tracker is. There are 3 people with an eye.
Yeah.
If you click that's what we call our party sheet on Fantasy Grounds, and I've thrown all what you found in the inventory.
Okay.
Which is the second tab down on Fantasy Grounds.
And then I could just drag them over. Now, so I haven't taken her robes off or anything.
Yep.
I'm just dragging over, guys, because I'm going to identify them later. So,
how do you take them? How are you grabbing them?
What? Reaching into he's grabbed the lantern. But as in, how is he actually physically grabbing? Left click and drag the dragon head onto your inventory. Your character sheet.
Good. Sorry, I was just curious.
It says there's 50 gold pieces in parcel coins. I don't know what those are, where those are, and 140 electro. Oh, we found money.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, nice.
At some point, I'm not sure who's ended up with cash.
I don't think anybody's taken it. But we
is it the Shelly back thing?
No, I have that. I have those gems separately.
Oh yeah, no, yes, that's where it was. They did have some gold. Would you like me to share that out amongst the group as well?
Can you distribute those evenly? There's an option for that, right?
No, okay, there it is.
Cool.
12 gold, 35 electrum each.
Nice. Yeah, don't worry. The gems, everything's. I'm just holding on to stuff. I'm not a hoarder at all. For nobody. Okay. So what are we doing with the body, Queen? You want to take the head off?
I mean, I think we need to show the officer that the reason we were away for so long was we've accomplished that mission. We brought back the baby. Does it still look like it's got hardened skin and hardened flesh?
Yes.
Or is this... Okay.
Yep. It looks very much weathered. It's a weird look. Like it's a baby that looks with the skin of an 80 or 90-year-old.
So Benjamin buttoned it. Okay.
It's a hex baby. It's a hex baby.
It's a
maybe.
hex baby. And in fact, now that you look at this child, what you are aware of, it's been a good 3 or 4 months since the baby was abducted. It's not a 3-month-old child. This looks much younger. 6 or 7 weeks old.
Oh, it gets weirder. We have the baby. Perhaps Ismay's tutor can do something about whatever's going on over there. But I think we need something. We need something to offer to show that, while we were gone, we were actually doing something, and try and draw attention to that, because we're also in throes now with a smelly Fey sorceress and a, I don't know, half-turned Hexblood hag baker's daughter. Tismay, I'm sorry, I don't really know how to refer to you at the moment. There's a lot going on with your appearance. And I hand her a cloth to staunch the bleeding from her finger, like a small cloth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if we can find something that we think would be substantial enough, then great. But I think we just need something. That Boglin's head's coming too.
Cut off her head?
Oh, we can't take the body. It's massive. You don't want to drag that thing through the forest?
I look at him. I look at Tismay like, are you okay with this?
Tismay just shrugs. She'll pull out her dagger. It's a symbol that she's fine with it.
Jesus Christ. Bispo kind of looks not horrified, but a little taken aback and a little, he's already green, but he looks a little bit green. I mean, he's yellow, but he looks a little
bit green around
the flush of green. Yeah.
To be clear, I don't think Quinn quite understands what he's saying, because he hasn't cut any heads off of anything before.
I don't know. Have you? But you haven't said that to Bispo. He's looking at you like you're Mr. Heads guy.
Yeah, he's. I'm holding
okay,
it in.
do your thing, I guess. We should probably get her robes off first. I think they might be magical. I don't. Do you want to take them off, Tismay? I mean, I can.
Sure, whatever you're more comfortable with.
I actually don't. I've taken the clothes off so many dead humans.
Concerning. Sure, go ahead.
They just dump back in these sewers. They used to just dump. There's just bodies would show up all the time. That's how
what happens
got
in the kingdom.
Half of their things. It's a big sewer system. People get lost. People.
Let's focus on the task at hand. Okay. Let's focus on the.
I take off her robes with a. What's the right word I'm looking for? With a unnerving precision, and you guys have seen that I have clearly done this before. I'm way too familiar with the best way to do this. Okay, it's 5 seconds and I'm done. Okay.
What you see is as you pull off. I mean, most of what she's covered in is kind of this grime encrusted look, half furs. You can't quite identify what animal is there. And once you start to peel away this upper level of grime and murk and muck, there is an undergarment here that is untouched by mud, entirely shimmering, as if it's been unable to be touched. You see that it's made of this kind of white, finely woven threads with a gold under kind of inner. And it is completely clean.
I take it off.
It's almost shimmering in the torchlight of Queen.
It's off. I take that shit. I see that. It's no, that's valuable. I have no qualms about nudity. I'm just it's off. It's in my bag.
Yeah.
At least she kept clean undergarments, I suppose. All right. Well, while you keep searching around, I think it's the hack town with me and Tismay. Tismay, are you cutting as well? Are we cutting together? Are we? You start from one end, I'll start from the other.
Oh my god.
I mean, I think I have.
You're-
I think I have a short sword too. Can I just cleave this thing off in one fell swoop? Does this need to be a whole production?
You're better with a blade than Tismay is. She's more there.
Survival or medicine? One or both of you can roll, or one of you can roll with advantage, just to see how cleanly you can decapitate a
That's
fat
plus
folded
7. I think you
hag.
get survival too, don't you?
+8.
Well, you roll, then I'll give you advantage.
Cool.
Okay.
So click the ADB button, roll your survival roll.
Survival.
Please just don't use a dagger. Don't use a
That's why I was trying to find something with
that
a
would
little,
take so long.
something with a little heft to it.
Love of God. I think I helped them too a little bit. I like prop up the body so there's like they can get some leverage on the neck.
While you're trying to strip off the undergarment, we just take a clean swipe, just without telling you.
I'm gonna roll a con save to see if I throw up.
It does make it easier to get the robe over the head, though.
I hold back my vomit, I guess, but I am
done.
shocked.
I think we can
fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, we can fast forward a bit. Absolutely. So you now have this large bowling ball style head of a hag.
I want the boglin too, or whatever that's worth.
Boglin is. You look over at the patch of stonework where the boglin was. The boglin was under the earth. And what you now find is
I tried to pull him back up after I killed him, but if not, then that's fine.
No,
Okay.
he's submerged within the mud, and what you now see is that what was a mire is now solidified into these flagstones around you. It's like a crust has formed across the entirety of this space.
Okay.
As the hag's magic is dissipated amongst her lair.
Did we get most of it? How's Esmeralda doing? She's just kind of smelly and wet and conscious and shaken up.
And tired and seems to be very fixated on this child. You know, this is the child that she threatened to drop into a cauldron. Of course, no one believed that for a second. She's currently, kind of working through her backpack to try and find something to feed this baby that is crying. Like at the end of the day, she's.
Wait, the baby's hungry?
Yeah, I think so.
And it doesn't have teeth?
It does not have teeth.
Oh no. You
Oh,
can't feed
no,
a
meat
baby
spray.
meat
Oh,
spray.
I got it's liquid food.
He's surprised. I think of that meme where it's like, that's messed up, and he's not wrong. What is it?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's
It's liquid
from the Falcon and the
food.
Yeah.
What a day not to pack slippery fingers.
And yes, the baby will attack this with relish.
Okay. I'll spray some nutrients in it.
Starts spray nutrients into its wailing mouth, and immediately starts suckling. And are you able to kind of? You're going to feed the baby with Esmeralda for a while? God.
I'll give it to Esmeralda to do.
Sure. Hi Taylor, if you're watching, as she uses her squeeze bottle of meat.
Some Bianca,
baby's open mouth.
Bianca meat. It's very versatile. Okay.
She looks over and says, do we stay here?
No, we need to get out of here. It's
Absolutely
not
not.
safe.
There could still be other things around.
It's also really damp, and for you guys, you're not used to living in places like this, right?
Underground, no, this is not what the village is like at all.
Have we collected most of everything? Should we take samples of this alchemical compound that she's got?
I could. Yeah, I'll use my alchemy supplies and I'll fill up a bunch of vials of this stuff.
Just see if it's useful later, or...
Yeah, absolutely. Good call.
Can you just add something to your inventory by pressing the green button?
Oh, there it is. Add coins. Oh, on the side. Got it.
Yeah, add item and just type in
So I'll say
miscellaneous
vials.
hag shit,
Yeah, I have miscellaneous silverback shit. So
Yeah.
hag shit. Oh, and I also need to add in magical undergarments, right?
Well, that should
The
be
robe.
the robes that.
Oh, the robe was the undergarments?
Yeah.
Oh, so the robe is garbage. It was the
So that-
undergarments that were magical.
Yeah, I mean, thematically, the robe that you've grabbed from the party sheet is the undergarments she was wearing underneath her hag encrusted.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is a magical robe for everyone else. For
Got
her,
it.
she was wearing it underneath her crap, you know.
Okay. I thought there were two separate things. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Have
So if you
we-
want, you can use the pile of kind of hessian and murk and motted together rat skins that she was wearing over the top of this beautiful magical robe, but it's probably not worth as much. Unless you found another hag to sell it to. I don't know what Tismay's fashion style is.
Is this like hobo chic? Is it hobo chic? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is beyond that, I think.
That's right.
Has this process taken long enough to be a short rest or no? Can we expend hit die if we wanted to, or are we just kind of do this? And
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
Is that okay?
Let's use this as a short rest. That's fine by me. So if you guys want to roll your hit dice, and then I'll activate the short rest button on Fantasy Grounds, which resets all the cool stuff that you might need.
Did I take any damage? I don't think I did.
And that
No,
annoys me.
Which in and
Quite
of itself is absolutely ridiculous. I just want to put.
I never take damage. So while they're doing that, I will use my last find familiar reagents, which I need to get more of before we're going to Feywild, and rebuild Godwin.
Rebuild Godwin, no problem. And as your Eldritch Cannon would be gone by now, I'm assuming after an hour. Is that right?
Yeah, it's gone after an hour.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
What did I just do? Oh, I roll a death save. Where's the hit die?
Yeah, it's right next to those, the big black dice.
Oh,
it should have the number 5 in it to show you that you have 5 of them. There we go.
Does it take one down automatically?
It does.
It does. It's Fantasy Grounds. Fantasy Grounds, one-stop shop for all your cool. Anyway.
It does stuff.
you
Don't like
went into
Matt?
full commercial mode.
Yeah.
That's right.
It does things.
It does things.
We'll do 2. I'm full health.
It
Here
rolls
we go.
dice for you. Beautiful.
And the temp
I'm
HP
not.
still legit from our fight, or does that wear off?
What temp HP?
Your-
Make sure it's
Twilight Sanctuary.
that's gone.
That's
Yeah.
like a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me get rid
Out
of
of
that.
there.
Thank you, James.
Done. All right, Esmeralda, I'll roll a few of hers just to get her up to full.
Yeah.
Godwin lives
These-
again. Sorry, go on.
Oh, I didn't go
And
to full.
done.
1 second. Oh, forget it. Close enough. These cauldrons, I assume they're like very large and heavy.
Yes, they're large and iron. Yep, and muck encrusted.
I got vials of stuff for you. I got vials of some of the liquid. If you
You need
want.
to tip it over.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you want to tip it
Oh.
over?
It's probably too heavy to do that. I don't want to
No,
leave
no,
it
no,
there
no.
for
I
someone
go.
else to
If
come.
you try to do it, I'll be like, yes, this is what I was. I will help you. I will help you. I go, Quinn, get a large stick.
Sure.
Ah,
Strong,
simple
big.
machines. Yeah.
Yes. And we just use some leverage, and I build a little thing.
Make sure we're out of. I don't want to be out of the area of effect here. when
Yeah.
this
Yeah, out
when
of the
all these
area.
things-
Yeah, no worries. Now, I'm assuming that you're pushing them all so they go into the central circle of arcane energy in the middle of the room. That's right.
Of course. Yeah, that's
No.
definitely all at
No,
the
thank
same
you.
exact time.
It's a simple enough thing to push the cauldrons, disgorging their contents across the floor,
As a,
and it's
sorry, go on.
grotesque. It's
As a-
grotesque.
can I
You see
test-
There's
is-
corpses of animals. There's
Oh,
parts of humans.
God.
There's everything about this is wrong. You see that there's Yethound body parts. There's Boglin body parts in here.
That I'm okay with both of those.
It's monstrous. Whatever she's been brewing for a number of years. There are skeletons of creatures here that, beautiful little baby bunnies and those kinds of things have just been boiled up over time. It's gross,
be like-
and it smells terrible.
Stand over and look at it. I'll just kind of look at Tismay and be like, "Do you second guess your choice quite yet, or
My
feeling
choice.
that- are you happy that you didn't join in on this display?"
Yeah, it wouldn't have been right.
I don't, Quinn. I will go whisper, Quinn. I don't think she's talking about what you are talking.
That's how I've spent most of my life, so that probably checks out. So,
James, like since this is all made of old creature part, if I do a little test, is this flammable?
What's a little test?
No, it's too liquefied. There is still too much liquid involved in it. There is
It's
a
not like enough
fatty
methane or-
residue that is across everything,
Yeah,
but it'd have to be quite dried out for you to use it.
got it. Okay. I wanted to have a cool, like, as we're leaving, like,
Oh, just
flick
moment in the
flick
back.
the lighter back, you know. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool guys.
You should still do it, and then when nothing happens, we'll just kind of turn and walk. And just
Everybody run!
Just keep going.
Yeah.
A little fart sound, and that's it.
I guess I'll take point and try and more slowly work our way out of here.
Yeah, the flutes guy could still be around.
I know. We've got a door. We've got a wedge door that we got to deal with at some point too.
You do. You have a wedge door that you have to
Shit.
deal with. As you return back down the stairs, past where this creature, this moss creature had been protecting the area, you see that there are doors, 2 sets of doors to the north and south. There is a set of stairs with the secret door, the passage, the movable wall that you are unable to stock up. You're unable to kind of seal open, and it is closed. It will take an athletics check obviously with a crowbar. You get advantage on that roll, which I believe you've got one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to clear those 4 rooms?
That's up to you guys.
Is there someone else here? Should we make sure there's nothing else here trapped? We might as well while we're down here, right?
I mean, but we
Are we
have a
prepared
baby.
to deal with that?
Yeah, we have a baby.
Oh. I forgot something.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny thing, just while we were doing all of this. Tisme would like to look around either on Omuerta's body or just around the room for something small and not fleshy. Something small and like a bead or a stone or something that looks kind of weird or eerie or strange in the room that's like tiny that she could like stick in a pocket.
A
That
small
doesn't be
bird,
significant.
a small bird skull or a stone?
Oh yeah, bird skull will work.
Yep. Sure. There is a
Okay,
small,
great.
what looks to be a sparrow skull. Very tiny.
Awesome. So just put that in your pocket. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Quinn's like, fuck it.
We just stripped it. We just stripped a hag and beheaded her. I don't
Yeah,
think
right,
that's
right,
weird.
right,
That's
right,
weird.
right.
Keeps weird things. It's like she's got like all kinds of little pockets with weird stuff in it. You don't know.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir over here, okay? I'm
think
full
we
of
should-
weird shit.
I think we should check to make sure there's nothing else trapped in this hellhole before we leave.
Okay. I'm worried about this
Let's-
baby, but
Well, the baby seems calmer
we-
now that it's eaten, at least.
Much calmer. Yep.
Yeah.
And Esmeralda has swaddled it up and is moving forward. You have a map in front of you. If you want to move tokens towards doors, if you want to check them out, up to you.
Stay out
Let me
maybe
switch
When with the
over
baby.
here.
as we go investigate.
oh,
Oh,
Working? Not working?
it's working. I'm trying to slide. There we go. Fixing the map on the screen. There we go. Yeah, I was in front, I guess. I'll just do it one door at a time.
Of course, you've still got a torch lit, so the light's following you as you merge down the corridor.
Can I just drop it like here in the corridor and pull out my shield?
Yep, no problem.
My
That's fine.
makeshift shield.
I'll just on your shield, then I'll attach one of the little spotlights.
Thank you. All right.
Maneuvering into the rooms, you see that they're crypts. They're ancient human crypts. Some have been desecrated in that some of them have been the stones have been ripped open, bones have been taken. You see that there's broken crockery here, but it seems raided.
I'll pop detect magic back after I repaired Godwin, just so
Yep.
once we're exploring, I have it on.
And nothing here seems magical.
Okay.
Just old crypts from a long time ago.
If
History checks if people want to make them.
Sure.
Quinn doesn't care.
Is it history? Oh no, this map is too large right now.
You can close it. You can resize it on the bottom right, next to where that little gold square is. You can resize it from there if you want to make it smaller on your screen, and then use your pinwheel to zoom back out.
Pinwheel.
Middle mouse button. Shut up.
We just say mouse wheel. We used to say mouse wheel here.
I've heard pinwheel.
You have?
Yeah. Huh.
Was it from another Australian?
That's what my grandfather called the mouse when he operated his computing device.
Use the
Dirty 21.
wheel. A dirty 21. This is centuries old, 300 to 400 years old. You are aware of humans colonizing the Arbanese before an agreement was made with the elves of the woods to kind of not to interfere with each other. Yeah. From what you've understood, this is part of this pact stuff that seems to be particularly have been invoked with the village.
Oh, with the Fae, between the people and the Fae. And how does this relate to the cleric of Kors?
So the cleric of Kors would have been the religion that these guys would have followed. So almost it potentially almost like a crusade kind of sense that you're getting, where they're bringing their religion into the forest, they're bringing their civilization into the forest with them.
Do I get the sense that these are like guardians or something of something in here? Like that old where she had her barrow was some type of magical thing and they were like guardians and they were interred here, or it was just a temple to Kors?
A cemetery. A cemetery and a crypt to Kors.
Okay.
Why they're here and nowhere else you're not aware of.
Got it.
It seems unusual that they would be buried here. From what you know of history, bringing the bodies back with them would probably be more appropriate for this culture at this time. So why they're here is a tricky thing.
Excuse me, is there any other ruins like this or old temples like this in the village area or near the village, or anything about Kors anywhere?
Do I know anything about?
No, Kors is not a venerated religion within the village. I'll get you to make an investigation roll for me, Tisman.
Okay. Investigation.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. The stonework here seems familiar, though. It is of the same age and style and stone as the standing stones outside of Riverbend, where you would dance. So a similar historic time place, yeah? A number of centuries old.
I don't know anything more about Kors specifically, but the style of the architecture here, the stones, it's similar to something close to the village. Did you see any of the stones outside of the village when you arrived? I don't know what direction you arrived from.
I think we saw those stones, didn't we? Didn't we see you dancing, or that was in a different place?
No, that was Esmeralda. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was the morning before you arrived. You would not have seen the standing stones there in a forest away from the road.
So I'm sure we were marching down the road,
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well,
not sure what it means, but
we can think about this more once we're out of here.
For sure.
Quinn's kind of fiddling with the door. Like, I'm assuming Quinn's going to do the crowbar thing, unless one of you guys have a stronger strength score.
We have like the same. I think we have the same athletics.
I figured.
So we're doing advantage with an athletics check.
As I hear them talking, though, and they're kind of talking about the musings of the stone and where it's from or whatever, Quinn's gonna I want to cast detect portal.
Yeah, sure.
And use that to see if what we're seeing is tied into any strong ley line or a nearby portal of some sort.
And that is exactly what you see. Not a portal. You don't sense there's a portal within a mile of here, but as soon as you shift your gaze through the planar horizons and pierce the veil into the Fey, this entire barrow has been laid out east to west. And what you see is almost like a channel, like a stream, like a river of flowing, glowing energy is coming through this place and heading further to the east beyond the walls of the barrow, further to the west beyond the walls of the barrow. This is like the corridor of this space is a ley line. It is just funneling pure magical energy through this space. And now when you look back up the stairs, you can see that eldritch symbol has been placed in the dead center of that line, of that Fey energy.
Quinn kind of stands up and turns around. You guys see the orange, like auburn colors of his eyes are glowing dark bright, and he kind of puts his hand up, almost like, like he's touching like the energy as it moves through the room. Probably looks kind of crazy. And then there's the ley line runs through here. That's why all of this is here, I assume. Kind of looking around, and then I just flicker off.
We did know that her portal was there, so that makes sense.
Something to worry about later, perhaps.
What just happened, by the way?
Yeah, have we seen that before?
Have I seen that before?
Like out of not Tisme saying that, but
I've only done it twice.
You've done it once. You did it. Where did you do it? You did it.
I think he lone wolfed it before.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You were lone wolfing it at the Cerulean Inn.
Yeah.
Is when you were checking it out. Yep. That would be the first.
What the hell just happened?
Quinn just turns back around and plants the crowbar in, and it's talking more to the wall.
Okay.
Well, I'm talking. It's the only reason I'm in this fucking crypt at the moment, as I try to wiggle the thing in there. It's the I can detect magical portals within a certain distance. The army uses it to track down and take advantage of mapping out these roads, these passageways to other places.
Is something you've always been able to do?
I've maybe somewhat instinctually, but it took training. I mean, I trained under a great teacher whose name I'll have to find in here. What was his name? I should know this. Master Pharaohs, back in Raywald. So it took practice, much like most of the magic that I cast, but once you always kind of have a feeling about it, I suppose.
And there are others like you? The other hounds also have this ability?
I think that's why we are hounds. I mean, unless they possess some other tracking ability, it's mostly just to hunt down these passageways.
Have I ever heard of the hounds or at all, or anybody working with the hounds or anything about this?
You would have only heard about it from your time within the company of soldiers on the way to Riverbend.
Okay, so not
you I guess possibly thought it might have been a derisive term because people called Quinn Hound all the time. So you might have mistaken it as just calling someone a dog, but now you're aware that I think that you wouldn't have. I doubt that you would have been able to kind of find that secret at that point. Yeah.
Still, I mean, I Bisbo's the most aware of the war. Wow, great job. You need some help there?
Talking while managing a crowbar. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Queen, watch out. You're like, I don't know what you're doing. You're just kind of like hitting it with flapping it around.
Your python it's actually pierced into the stone here.
Oh, okay. I kind of grab as I'm like looking at you and I'm putting together things in my head to kind of file for later about what I know about Quinn and thinking about if there's other hounds and how they used Fey anyways at the for magical, but so I'm just kind of putting it together. But again, for later. As I Quinn, just get that out of the way.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, there it is. So easy. Okay, you got to I kind of look up to you. I'm so much shorter than you. Okay, but you got to work on your arms there, man. You can't just all do leg day,
Swole.
And I'm so proud as I clearly you loosened it for me, but I'm just so proud going through.
And with a grind,
with a 1 and a 3, I don't think I even made it into the cracks to loosen it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And that grinding stone again as Bisbo just gets the leverage underneath it and pushes the stones out of the way. You notice that the water that was here when you first came here, you stepped into what was a good knee-deep water. No longer. The water is absolutely draining out of this place, but it's still dark as you look at the spiral staircase above, winding its way back up, intertwined within the roots of the willow tree.
Can I do a check to see if I hear the flute or the harp or whatever the fuck it was? Yeah.
Perception check.
Puppet, or puppet strings being...
Or a plucky banjo tune, I'm humming it in the back of my head, so.
Oh, shall I get the bard?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Please do not.
Oh, Jesus. My rolls.
Nothing. 12. Nothing. I mean, when you were last here, there was certainly the echoes of the sounds of the flute that you quite rightly picked as being the Sealang's pipes. As quiet as the grave above now.
We're clear, as far as I can tell. I'll say point.
Yep. You emerge after 20, 30 feet as you climb the stairs, and again you see that small, squeezable crawl space between the stairwell and into the chambers where you had heard the music before. It is deathly quiet.
I'll say point.
Ben!
You were not muted.
Was it muted?
No, you were not.
Hilarious.
I guess I just will kind of send. It's small, but so Godwin, quickly go check that out. As I'm holding on to just kind of crawl through.
Oh, he's sending Godwin.
So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let me just grab the map for you.
You just built him. He gets one shot. What are you gonna do?
He's just gonna go and look. It's fine.
Let me just place this. Just give me one moment while I reset this up because I've got Quinn, I've got Tisme, Bisbo.
Whoop.
Now I need a Godwin.
We're teleporting y'all.
He's not even going all the way through. He's just kind of going to the end and peeking around.
Oh, okay. What he sees from within the space
and I'll switch to my AR video display, I think.
It's closed in here. It's very, very closed in. And you see that there is a lot of roots and intertwined. So it actually takes some movement to get into this space. It emerges out into what looks to be a larger area. And there is a faint green glow within that area. What I'll get you to do is make a perception check for Godwin. Do you have his character sheet?
Let me get it up. It's going to NPCs. And I just do the search, right? For God.
Here you go. I'll this makes it quick.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
So just roll a perception for Godwin.
He gets advantage.
Nice.
Within the green glow of this space, it looks like there is some kind of shrine. But importantly, what you see everywhere on the floor of this section is piles of green glowing moss.
That
can't hear a thing. Or actually, no, you could. Can you hear? You can hear through it. Yeah. You hear a gurgling, a warbling, as if there's some kind of trickle of water happening to the north of this space. I'm not sure if you can see the map where we now have Godwin.
And I'm as I'm like holding your. I mean, maybe we're pausing for a second. I'm holding the back of your shirt, Quinn. I'm saying out loud everything that I'm seeing as James is describing it. So
I'm looking at your biceps to figure out how the you're so strong for a small,
they're so cut.
scaly
so cut.
beast.
It's not. You know.
You can't
Not
hear us
bulk,
though,
it's all
right?
cut. No, I cannot.
I didn't think so. Okay.
And the by the way, the eyepiece is like, before it's this finely tuned, like
jeweler microscope.
No, this one when I switch is it's still nicely made, but it's like a rough, almost like crystal, kind of shaved off. So it's not like a huge pointing out, but it's like this obviously magical crystal that has little like flecks of silver and gold in it that look like been channeled in, that kind of attuned to his, his little apertures. So I'm seeing, but it's like a fisheye view almost. It's a little distorted. He's flying now if he's in the chamber.
Yep. Hovering.
I mean, this moss. I don't like this. I don't like the look of this moss. I'm seeing this altar. I mean, I am 30. How far away am I? Whoops. I'm sorry. I thought I was using something else. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm not far enough in. I mean, if the moss is magical, it would show up, right?
No. But you've seen this moss reach up and attack people.
You're right. And there's a chamber. So I see this and I'm like, okay, get back here. Like I tell you guys, unless you guys want to invest, if you want to investigate anymore, I think.
Man, it feels like we kind of had our fun here. We'll mark it down maybe for something the army can come and investigate further. But I think we call it here, right? We're good with that,
Yes.
Sismay?
Yeah, I think if we go in there and anything goes wrong, I don't know how good of a shape we all are in after that encounter we just left.
As we're peeling away from this room and continue to climb up, you'll hear Quinn say under his breath, well, we could always just go in there and ask the moss to kneel politely, and see if it listens that way. Let me see if I can hear Taylor in the distance. Hold on. She's not that far. We're both in Chicago.
That's right. I can hear her from Australia.
There's a disturbance in the ether. Yeah, I think we'll abandon it and just continue our way back to the first crypt.
No problem.
Nice try, James. Nice try.
You emerge out of the crypt, out of the dankness, out of the darkness, out of the carrion-infused stench that is this place beneath the willow tree. And as you come out, you hear the sounds of life once more. You hear the sounds of the crickets and the frogs of the swamp. A swamp that is slowly receding back into the normal rushing of the river. And it is a time of near twilight. The sun has really started to set below the forest boundary. And as you emerge out onto the steps, looking down below into the moor that is slowly being drained of its water, you see a faint light, a faint golden light. 100 yards away, on a small hillock on the right-hand side, enclosed by stone, by granite stone, you hear the sounds of digging as Wren is working the earth to dig a grave in the last light of the evening.
Quinn doesn't really say anything. He just goes over and starts helping.
But you see next to Wren this large firbolg with the auburn hair, her overly muscular frame quite easily piercing the peat of this place, has wrapped up her two friends. You see that a larger form that would have to be Tiernan has been encased in cloth, his shield and large club placed over it, and then bound with some kind of vines, and is directly next to the grave that she is digging. What you also see is a smaller bundle, a smaller, enclosed, cloth-bound form. But instead, Digby's body is trussed to a frame with a sling. It looks as though she's preparing to bring it with her, burying Tiernan here and returning Digby elsewhere. She quietly looks up as you approach, and it is done. I felt the water subside. You show the hag's head?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, to be honest, like, how else are we transporting this thing, right? Like, I mean...
Oh, I have a blanket or something that could be used to, like, make a carrying...
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
then
To
I'll
carry it in some way,
I'll
at
hold
least.
that up, you know.
Got bowling ball bag just written all over this at the moment. But yep, I've got that. Sure. You hold up this amorphous. She looks towards the four of you and how? Is she destroyed? Destroyed for good? I felt the change, the water's subsiding.
You want to see the head again?
Unless she finds a way to reattach this, which, frankly, I wouldn't put it past her. She seems to be pretty done and dusted.
She's sleeping with the fishies now.
Oh,
I think Tiernan would have appreciated that most of all.
The woods will be a bit at peace now, I think.
Oh, we also found this baby.
He looks towards the baby and immediately drops the shovel, moves out as if to grasp it, looking intently at the face. Incredible. She's aged but not grown. This is her. She was grabbed from our grasp by the kappa. What has been done to her? She looks expectantly at Tisme. Is this your work?
No. She was like that when I arrived at Omuerta.
It's like that when I...
She was like,
Yeah, literally.
It's true.
It's true.
Maybe the town cleric will know something to do.
I presume it was some sort of preparation for her to eventually turn into a full hag as part of Omuerta's coven, but the process or the magic was done before. I didn't witness that part.
Is she natural? Is she... What is she now?
She's alive. Let's maybe just start there and figure out where to go from here.
What are you thinking we do with her?
Bring her back to the town. Isn't that where she's from?
She looks quizzically at Tisme. She has the blood of the Hex, like you.
That seems to be true.
I'm not sure. Will she be welcome?
Considering what happened previously in the town, I'm not entirely sure. She'll have the benefit of having been a child and she didn't do anything to ask for this.
Looks down at the weathered skin and perhaps she's certainly not.
I honestly don't quite know what she is at the moment, but I wouldn't know what else to do with her but to bring her back to her mother. who, if Omuerta's words are to be trusted, which is not something I'm entirely sure of, had some knowledge that this would happen.
Regardless, it's got to be the parents have to be involved in this decision one way or another. I mean, we can't do anything with this child without telling them, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about is the army.
What about them?
What do you mean, what about them?
Oh, they're
Look
here
at
to
this baby.
They're here to defend the citizens. This is a citizen of the kingdom.
This baby is being touched by eldritch or fey forces. We've had very different experiences of the army and what they're capable of. I do not doubt that they could possibly summon a higher rank. I don't know the lieutenant that well, but I mean, this baby is clearly not of this world. It's. I wouldn't put it past them to capture it and bring it somewhere for study.
I don't know the army that well, but I think Bispa might be right. But I still feel that we need to get in contact with the child's parents. So we can get into the village, get to the, maybe Esmeralda or someone can get there first without drawing the attention of the kingdom. So we can get in contact with them before everyone finds out. Can use me as a distraction if need be.
Well, I think arriving, the 4 of us, 5 of us, however, will be a distraction plenty. Perhaps Rin can return the baby? But
I can.
Bringing the baby
I was
back.
one of the ones that sought to retrieve her when she was first stolen from the village. I can do my best.
Bringing the baby back is a win for, like, Team Us. You know, it means we were out here accomplishing something. You think they'd really take the baby back to the central cities and experiments on it?
I don't know what they would do. I'm just saying it's a possibility. And if the village was less than welcoming of the baby, then it wouldn't have many defenders besides us. So all I'm saying is we should be careful. So Esmeralda should also be careful because they're going to be on high alert now.
Very true.
And when I look at Chisme, is your glamour on?
No, not today.
Okay, but you can switch it on. Can you? Okay, no, let me ask you.
Not
I
at
look
will.
at you. I look at you. Tisme,
Yeah.
is there something you can do about all of this? You know, I don't care. Like, you look great. I'm not saying I'm digging the whole horns thing. You know, it's kind of my, I'm into these stuff. I don't judge, whatever. But if there's a way that you can kind of obscure
Not
that,
look
because
like
not
this.
everybody, yes, that would probably help.
The eye looks terrible. I'm just going to put it out there. The eye.
I punch you right in the kidney.
I thought you were saying me. I was like, why am I
bad.
being punched?
No, yeah, I hate your eye. Die. No.
Those strong
I can make you.
arms.
I can make you. Yeah, it's the little fist really gets in there between the muscle groups.
It's a 1d12 unarmed
Yeah,
damage.
just right in there in the kidneys. Perfect for kidney shots. I can make you a little eye patch. Well, I mean, Godwin makes a little sound like he's the one who would ever. He's the one who handles clothes. You know, that's his thing.
Yep.
He can make you an. He can make you an eye patch, but I don't know about the.
No, I can't change it now, but by the time we make it back to the village, I should be able to.
Okay.
To disguise some of this.
Do you still want an eye patch? It's Godwin. You see Godwin. He's like ready
It's
to
already
go.
ready. He's like got
gearing
like
to go. He's taking
3/4 of
measurements.
it done.
I'll think about that one. I'm not as bothered.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not as bothered by the eye as you all seem to be. So.
Yeah, because you don't look at it. Okay, it's not. Again, I don't judge.
Mostly
I don't think it
visible.
looks bad. It's just very noticeable. It's kind of like, never mind, actually. They're just, okay, we're burying people right now. It should be, let's finish burying this guy. By the way, when I look off into the distance, James, do I see like a grizzled turret walking off into the sunset?
You
Does
would
Rin have it?
see back where you left it. You hear the sounds of the whirring and the small amounts of smoke kind of dissipating out of the turret as it's locked in that. They're still endlessly trying to pump fire into a hound's body.
Okay. I'll go over to it and like put it in sleep mode, I guess.
Yep, sure.
So you were the best of us. And I will I usually don't like keep the turrets, but this one by far I'm going to keep. So I'll take this turret, kind of pack it away nicely.
Your favorite turret from now on.
It's like
for sure.
Command and Conquer, where like the little guys get star ratings the more they kills, and so like this is one that's at least a 2 stars. So you're like,
it got a star for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
It got a star.
Yeah. Well, I think we have to probably put up camp somewhat near here tonight anyway. Maybe we can think about this over some meat spray and campfire and some rest and figure out what the hell we're going to do in the morning.
Yes.
Let me finish laying Tiernan down.
May I?
Of course. She hands you the shovel.
Well, I'll help.
And so as the last of the sun drops behind the horizon and the sounds of the swamp continues, Quinn puts the back in and finishes off the grave for Tiernan the druid. And that's where we'll leave it for a bit. Should we have a little break? When we return, come back after the next morning, having rested for the day.
Before the morning ends, before we sleep, I wanted to do some stuff, but yeah.
Yep, go for it.
I wanted to identify all of the stuff. Before we went to sleep, yeah. We can do it after the break if you want.
As part of that long rest, yeah, that's fine. Why don't we do it after the break in the morning as you emerge, having done your experiments, and you can have a look at what they are and distribute them amongst your group as you feel right. But let's have a little break. Why don't we come back in 10 if that's okay, and we'll see you shortly.
Beautiful. Well, let me push the right button. Button number 1.
Oh, don't.
Unmute number 1. Unmute number 2. Hey, we're back. Never
Hi.
fails. As soon as I do the countdown, Eric's got something to do. He dropped
No,
something.
I was trying to dramatically.
Oh,
I was trying to.
oh.
Oh, hi there.
Really? Glad you could join us.
Glad you could join us.
We're
Yeah,
doing this
okay.
now. Hello, everyone. Welcome
Oh,
back
my
to
goodness.
Feytouched. Oh dear. When just before the break, having emerged from the barrow of the hag, our group of adventurers have met Ren, the Fearbolg ranger and companion of, I guess, the previous generation of adventurers who have been battling Omuerta. Quinn
the
very
last.
graciously.
No,
No,
the wife. The wife.
The wife's still
Yes,
around. Yeah.
Romilly is still
Romilly.
around. And you guys have helped bury Romilly's husband, and a long rest, a final, eventual long rest, by within the forest by the banks of this moor. When you wake in the morning, it is clear.
Before we
It's dappled. Yeah.
Couple things. I think Bisbo, you wanted to do a few things, right?
Yeah.
But also, I will seeing. I keep saying Bigsby because isn't that the fucking hand? Isn't that like the level 5? What's it?
Digby. And you named him, by the way, Jared. So don't blame me for this one.
I did name him Digby. To be
You
clear,
did?
we'll get in that fight later on. No, I named him something else, but that's fine. I don't think I named him Digby. But anyway, regardless. Maybe I did. I don't know. I drink too much and play Dungeons & Dragons. If Tismay casts Gentle Repose on Omuerta,
yep,
I would ask if she could do the same to Digby, if that's a thing she has the capability to do. If I'm saying like there's a off-screen sort of conversations between Ren and Tismay, and if she's clearly got plans to take him somewhere, I would ask. I guess I don't know, but then offer that option.
Yeah, absolutely. I can spend some time. I'll again ritually cast it. Spend some time. I could have done it the previous night too.
Yeah.
Ren will.
Sorry.
At some point.
Ren agrees and says, I thought it best to return him back to the village. I know Tien, and we've been in these wilds for decades now. We've been hunting together, and I know that he would not have returned and would not have wanted to have returned to civilization, but Digby never felt the same. I was going to bring him back to Romilly.
He has an observatory.
There may be something she can do.
He has an observatory too, doesn't he?
He does.
Oh.
His studies are his life's work. I know Romilly has it within her power to breathe life back. Tiernan would never have allowed it, but I think Digby may have.
Of course.
Before we just leave, something I thought of, and I probably would have the night before. I don't want to leave her body. I don't want to leave Omuerta's body. You cast that on her whole body or just her head?
Her whole body.
I think it was her whole body before.
We need to go back in. There's no way I'm leaving a hag's body to be discovered by somebody else and to be used in some way. Like 100% no. So we are definitely going back in and getting that body out and burning it.
Does Esmeralda know the
Yeah,
correct way to
100%.
dispose of this? We would involve her in this conversation.
With fire. Everything is put with fire.
Little turret sparks on your shoulder.
Yeah, boosh! It's just like gleaming eyes. It got done, boy. No, we need to burn this body.
Well, Fae are like any other creature. Once they're dead, you dispose of the body, like burial
with fire.
With
fire. Do not bury it. Do not leave it here. We need to burn it. We need to see it burn to ash.
I have a torch. We can go down, and she was a little moist from the.
Let's drag her out. We can drag her out. Me and you. We can drag her out. We should burn her up here.
Okay, I mean, it makes sense what you're saying. Pull her out of that magical energy down there, especially.
Okay. Before you do so, you have spent some long rest time identifying these objects. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess this was the morning. Then we couldn't have done it the night before.
Let's.
Okay.
You're
right.
realizing it in the morning. So let's go
You're
back
right.
down
100%.
and we'll drag it
100%.
out. Yeah.
You would see Bismo wakes up in like a cold sweat. The body.
You've got to kill the body.
God damn it! Why would we do that?
Small children could find that. We can't leave that stuff.
Way too many
around.
things
That's
down there to
crazy.
be left. You absolutely never do that. What do I think? I was tired. Yeah, I would have spent some time the night before, the morning, whatever, identifying all those items.
All right. So in your inventory now, then.
Mhm.
God, where are they?
I put question marks next to the ones I didn't know about. There was also an amulet I had. I don't remember what that was, but I think that was. I don't think that was anything. Maybe. I put a question mark
It was
there,
a
but-
medallion. Is that what you're talking about? The medallion with the red
No.
eyes?
This is different.
I'm sorry.
There was a medallion. There was like a necklace with a medallion. This I already had this in my inventory.
I'm looking through it
There
at
was
the
an amulet
moment.
on that list, on the party sheet before.
Emulated defense, I believe. +1 AC.
Yeah.
There's no amulet.
Lantern and amulet, the robes, and
This was separate. This was it was already in my inventory.
I can't see it now in your inventory though.
I don't
Sorry
know.
guys, just working through Fantasy Grounds. I don't have another amulet on you.
I think it might have been not a magical item. It could have I just don't remember what it was. But it was in here. I don't know where it went.
Right, so I have just flicked magical as one of the
nice.
search boxes on the bottom left of your inventory. And there they are. There's all the magical items that you have found on Omuerta's lair.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, if everybody's gathering around, let me
Sure.
look at this stuff. Okay. Well, hold on. Okay. Okay, so I mean Esmeralda's not here, but I feel weird about giving this to you, but I think you should use these robes. She's the only one that benefits from these robes, so
Her current ones smell absolutely dreadful, so...
these robes are enchanted. They will give you. They act, even though it's the soft cloth, they will act like armor. They're woven with some type of like a magical spider silk, and infused with properties of the earth and rock. It's actually very interesting. You see, Godwin's most interested in these robes.
He's putting them on. Can Goblin,
Yeah,
can Goblin wear them?
he's like picking them up and like looking around them, like very like you've seen him. He's almost been, he's like very inquisitive about these robes. Okay, this lantern. Oh, this lantern. It's there seems to be some type of like a minor spirit that it has awareness of other spiritual things trapped in inside, almost like a casing for it, and the light will reveal like hidden things, in like creatures that are made invisible or objects.
Well, you're the investigator of the group. I mean, do you want to hold on to it, or would you rather me hold on to it?
I don't care. I'll put it aside for now.
Okay. He just throws it over his shoulder. It's not interesting
No.
enough.
I put it down. No, it isn't. I'm just putting it down. I'm just going through everything. And then here we have this necklace. It has some weird. It's almost like it looks it's religious, but it has some type of. It resonates with divine energy, but it looks like you can use that to tap into the soul of people and read their emotions, their thoughts. It looks like it's a conduit to the realms, to other realms. As I'm holding it, I feel like the skull just like gravitates towards Tisme, like weirdly, like, oh no, get what you were doing.
We all
That's
kind
strange.
of maybe pull it back away from Tismet. I'm just kidding.
I'll just let it go, and I'm assuming like a magnet, it just shoots to her. And
Sure, if that's
I don't know.
If
I
Tisme
feel
accepts
it is a holy
the
symbol.
amulet,
It's
can,
also
a
you.
medallion can be used as a holy symbol. This is a form of symbolism related to Sarastra. Having said that, it's bleak. You know, this is a skull with an open cavity where the brain was, with red ruby gems within it. It's certainly not the symbology of Sarastra that you would normally be worshipping. It's certainly not like the very plain carved symbol that you've made for yourself. So you can use it. This could be the new improved way to venerate Sarastra, or you could just use it as the item, and anyone can use it. It's not.
What does it do?
Oh, okay. It allows you to read, peer into the soul and read the thoughts of someone.
What does it do, Eric? Detect thoughts once a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it casts I'll put it aside then.
Okay.
Also, okay, my bad. A sorcerer. Oh, there's something different. The medallion. That's the medallion. So it can be used by that. And then the final thing is this pearl. It just controls this wild magic that can be absorbed to replenish your own energies.
It's big. It's a good baseball size black river
cool.
oyster pearl.
It looks like any one of us can use it to and it seems to regenerate. It's very interesting. I have to look into this. This is I've never seen an item like this. I didn't know you could have some type of regenerative raw magical essence trapped inside a vessel like this. I mean, the applications are quite astonishing when I think about it, and quite across the board.
You can have it. You can have it.
No, I don't. I don't think I want it. I just didn't. I'm thinking of new things to build with this and what's possible. We don't have. I mean, I've heard of things like this in the kingdom, but in the Artificers Guild, we never had anything like this. This is, I work in energy magical resonance and reflection and repulsion and storage, but this is just raw magic.
What does it do, Isbo?
It replenishes a spell slot.
Okay,
once
thank
a day.
you. All right, thank you.
It's a pearl
Okay.
of power. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are the objects.
But I love the way Eric says it. Much better.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like in
Yeah.
Okay.
I
That's
love
why in
it.
character,
Just
Quinn's
love
like,
it.
would you get to the fucking point of what it does?
Well, the Pearl of Power has, just because I'm thinking of like stuff I'm getting later in my artificer career, that it has
Possible narrative beat.
There's a seed there that's been planted now. I just have to get out a hammer and anvil and build the tree. So,
Well, I think that Pearl of Power
Little
is
I'm
Pearl
hardballing this fucking Pearl of Harbor. But somebody else can have it. I mean, it's probably better on the higher. It goes up to a 3rd level slot.
Oh, nice.
I would say that being you don't have many slots though.
Right.
On the other side of the coin, like I go through them quickly with my turrets, so I'm fine. I'm not greedy with anything. The Medallion of Thoughts doesn't really seem like it's my jive, but
Quinn will kind of offer to, like, if there's something here that is not of incredible usage to us or potentially is dangerous, like this medallion, maybe we offer it up as a bit of a penance to the military.
well, maybe this lantern. We'll see if we can.
My thoughts are this:
I don't think we want to get that skull.
If we put that skull on someone and we walk into the village, is it going to be a red flag for?
I mean, you can put it under your shirt. You don't have to wear it out.
Okay.
I'm looking at Tisme eyeballing the skull. I feel like this fits Tisme's aesthetic.
Looking at it, but she's a bit. She's not like screaming like, "Yes, I want it now." She's looking at it though with.
But are you looking at it with like, you want this necklace? I'll make an insight roll.
Let's look at it closer. Yeah, sure. Make an insight roll.
Okay.
She's not particularly trying to be.
I feel like Latrini's telling you the answer and you just don't believe her.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you got it in front of you?
How
Can
bad
you
does
understand what detect thoughts do? Yeah.
How bad does this? Oh, I rolled a 20. I don't know. It rolled in the box. I have no idea why it didn't show up, but I rolled a 20. Can we just say I honestly
No,
rolled a 20.
reroll.
Double click your
Reroll it.
skill on your character sheet. It helps. It will do the thing.
If it's
I have
not
to roll again?
recorded, yes, you have to roll again.
Oh,
Okay,
damn,
whatever.
sorry.
Suck it.
That's actually really funny.
That's great.
Well, that was a dirty 20. I rolled a 20 before, like an actual.
Oh, really? A
Absolutely.
nat 20? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
The answer would be exactly the same. She's definitely looking at it and seems to
Okay.
be intrigued by it, but she doesn't seem like, yes, I must have it at the moment.
Got
I
it.
must utilize it.
Okay.
There's
Is there something
probably
that you are looking at that like is the most?
I guess the medallion. If the lantern does what I think it does, I think Tisme might already have that capability. If you're saying it's something about seeing invisible things.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
reveals invisible objects, and it's just universally good for the party. I mean, we could throw that on. How big
I'll
is that?
take it. I'll take it. Right.
How heavy
I
is that
can
thing?
use it, but I do have that capability otherwise. So if someone
Okay.
else
A
wanted to take it.
couple of pounds, 2 pounds.
Can
It's
Godwin
a-
carry it?
Nope.
Okay.
He thought about it for a second and didn't realize the whole of a
Yeah.
creature carrying a magical object and how horrifying that is.
Yeah.
Why? But he can hold magical items, just not big ones.
Well, because it takes an offhand, right? Like, so that's the thing, the balancing piece to it. No, like
Oh, I just,
Ye-
it's a drone with infravision.
lantern.
No thanks, we won't go down that path.
I'm giving a magical item later.
yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah,
that's a shoulder mounted laser for your
Yeah.
owl. Yeah, I get it.
It's 2 pounds. Got it.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll take the
medallion.
medallion. She'll reach a hand out for the medallion.
I feel like it like flies to your hands. Like,
yeah, nothing.
No.
I don't want to presume actually. So
I think
Really,
she's a little bit trepidatious because of how creepy and Omuerta, and after the whole experience that just happened, she's a little bit she's just thinking about it a little bit more.
Maybe a reminder of where you've come from. You know, not necessarily where you're going.
But she'll take it
Okay.
for sure. She's just
Maybe
not
I've
as
got-
excited as she might be.
Medallion of
fits your
Thoughts to
aesthetic, though.
Tisme and the Lantern of Revealing to Quinn, which leaves Bisbo with a Pearl of Power and Esmeralda with a pretty new dress.
Oh, it looks so cool though.
Love it.
Everyone happy with that?
And we
Yes.
can redistribute, however. I don't think any of
Yes.
us actually. No, it's
well,
fine.
no one else can benefit from that robe. So
Yeah.
that robe is staying on Esmeralda. And let the baby could wear it. I guess we could swaddle the baby in a magical robe.
I don't believe any of those require attunement, so I think you should be okay.
Oh really? I still have the lantern revealing in my
Medallion
I still have-
does.
Oh, why is that still there? Oh, the medallion
Speak-
requires.
Yeah, there's a little button to click to attune.
Okay,
I'll delete these from my inventory.
I don't have it there at all for you. Weird. Yes, please do. I've given it to
Okay.
Quinn. Okay.
One more thing before, one more pivot before we take off for the day.
Oh.
Yeah. Before you go back to the Hag's Lair to get the body out to burn it on the steps.
I
of the
would-
barrow. Yep.
This would be before we even go. Yeah, before we go to bed that night. If it's Quinn's turn to watch, where is the book? The book.
Anna's book?
Yeah, Bisbo has it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Carry on.
Where are Digby's books?
Bundled up with his body.
Bundled up inside, like in his body, or separately?
They would be attached to the. No, they wouldn't be wrapped up.
Okay.
His
So, like,
bags
banging
and possessions would have been draped over the same frame that Ren is
Okay.
using to basically carry him. So as opposed to a kind of a sled, because he's a gnome, she's fashioned almost like a papoose just to throw over her shoulders, and it would, all of his possessions would be strung on the same frame so that she can carry him easily as she's walking back through the forest. Are you looking at looting his items before? No. Okay.
I mean,
Alright.
they're wrapped up in her thing. I'd
Yeah.
love to them. I just want to make sure she was leaving them behind.
No, of course not. All right. And so, having retrieved Omuerta's body, burning it on the steps of the barrow, underneath this old and misshapen willow tree, breaking camp and leaving the stone-like cairn that is Tiernan's gravesite, the five of you set off in the early morning in the dappled sun of the forest of the Arbanese, returning back to the village of Riverbend to deliver a baby back to its parents. The journey is easier. The river, having started to retreat back to its banks, and without the foul miasma of the hag's influence over the forest, there is a different sense as you return. There is not that overwhelming sense of dread. There is not that sense of being watched. There's not that sense of being ambushed. And in some ways, your heart is lighter as you kind of wander back to town over the next few hours. You do get that sense of lightheartedness. Jokes come easier. A wry smile starts to appear on your faces as you get that sense that the control of the land is gone. Omuerta's influence on the land is gone. Even Ren joins in with a joke or two. Even Esmeralda joins in with a joke or two. And having spent the majority of the day hiking back towards Riverbend, crossing the river a number of times. I'm assuming we're doing a beeline straight back to the village, by the way.
Yeah. Before we get to the village, though, I'd like to have a talk about what our actual plan is. So.
Yeah.
Wait, do we burn the body? So
Yeah.
sure.
Body is burned. Yeah. All done. And so it is after a good 5, 6, 7 hours of hiking through the forest, you feel Ren will pull the group aside and say, about an hour to go, I think. It might be worthwhile to stop for a break. I can make a fire. We can get a meal into our bellies. If what you say about the king's guards and the soldiers are true, we are unable to deliver this. We may not. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to rest in Riverbend. Let's eat.
Fair enough.
The baby has been well cared for by Ren and Esmeralda as you guys are traveling back to the camp, and it seems to be it's a difficult thing. Every time that you look at it, facially it's warped. It's not natural, but it's acting like a normal baby. It's not doesn't have a forked tongue or anything, and kind of it's kind of being a normal baby. So sometimes crying, sometimes cooing, just kind of going through the motions. As the camp is laid, over to you. What would you like to discuss?
So our trust level with the military we're about to walk into is below normal.
I'd say a solid 0.
You know them better than I you know these guys better than I do. I only joined in right when we left, when I took the place of that dumb kobold.
Well, it's
I don't mean that as an insult. He was like particularly the stupidest kobold I've ever met.
Yeah.
My knowledge of the military is very different from yours, Quinn. I was at the heart of the research for war. So I may have seen things, and my perception may be skewed because of that, as I'm starting to see. Because I never met someone like you, I knew scientists and I knew generals who were hungry for machines of war and new technologies. So you might have more insight on the rank and file than I do. My only warning to you is that there's a side that obviously you have not seen before because you've never heard of the war hoons. So the siege hounds and the apocalypse hounds.
Well, at the base level, we were abandoned our post for weeks' time, perhaps.
What does that mean?
It's not good.
Okay.
Unless we can prove that we had some sort of reason to do so that was beneficial to the group.
I know you're kind of a outsider, a lone wolf outsider, but
Much like yourself.
yes, of course, yes, definitely. Just a couple of guys, just and girls and gals, couple of people, but your words still carry weight, right? I mean, you said you hounds are used to find these things. So do they must respect something, right, of your words and your actions? You're allowed to do things like this. They look to you to find these portals. So
Yeah, I think the perception is most of the time the hounds step through them and don't ever return. So returning is a plus, I suppose. But
I mean, they have to have use, or they wouldn't keep using you and making training.
it's not me I'm worried about. It's the Hexblood Cleric, the Fey Sorcerer, and the Kobold Artificer who tricked a dumber kobold to take its place.
Yeah, it was not as technically in the army per se.
So, and then a Hexblood baby. I'm not worried about myself. It's the four of you that we've got to now navigate a somewhat difficult political position from. Our positions.
Sorry, go on.
As our position's strengthened by the fact that we have a dead hag who's plaguing the land. We've done something good here, but I don't know. I don't know the long-term plans for the military in this area. I don't know what we're planning, how long we're going to be here. If it's like you said, to find and procure as many magical Fey items as we can, well, then we're walking back into town with 3 Feytouched creatures.
I look at you. I'm looking at you, Quinn, like side of my eye, like, you know what I know, what do we know? But okay, yes, just 3. Yeah, just 3.
And your
well,
book.
Tismake, can
your
you
book
put on
of-
your face?
Oh yeah, did you glamour up this morning?
Are we? I wouldn't do it. I don't. How long is it taking us to get there? Like,
Just like hours.
is it just the next day?
6 to 7 hours. Yeah. Oh, so
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Then yes, I would have done that this morning.
Okay.
Or when we got close, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's something you can add at any time. So, but well within the distance of the village, so that if you had someone wandering in the woods, they wouldn't kind of catch you out. Is what I'm assuming. Yeah.
Can you do this to the baby as well? Or I look to the baby. Baby, can you make yourself a normal face? I don't know how babies work.
I don't think that's how babies work.
Okay.
This was like holding it upside down by its foot.
No, I am not doing that. I'm like over its head, baby. Hello.
I'd
Can
say
you make your face different?
I would say you'd be scaring it, but the fact that it just came out of a hag's lair for 3 months is you're probably the more pleasant looking creature it's seen.
I mean, how old is it? It's 3 months old?
It should be 3 months old based off of the timing of when it disappeared, but
I mean,
doesn't
that's
seem to look that old.
That's like you should be talking and walking around now, right?
No.
No.
Tismate, what's the village's position if we return with this baby? Do you think that there will be a sense of appreciation, and could we rely on the village if things went bad?
Rely on them to protect us from like the kingdom? I don't think we're equipped for that particularly. I'm not sure how well that would go, but I think based off of how things went when we left, there would definitely be a lot of issues with the baby in the state that it's returned. But I'm sure many would be happy to know the baby was returned in general. Which is why I suggested if we could avoid going into the village first and make it to the house specifically of the parents.
So one thing you're aware of is the parents' house is actually pretty central into town. They lived opposite they actually literally lived opposite the tavern. It's not far from. They're not on an outskirts at all.
Romilly's on the outskirts.
We can
isn't she?
cover the baby.
Romilly's on
I
the
can
outskirts.
hide the baby.
Yep.
What if we see
Yeah.
Romilly first?
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
If this is a curse or some sort of, perhaps Romilly can fix this first, and then we return triumphant with the baby and a hag's head.
I can hide the baby.
Or we could cure the baby.
We
It's
can
a
always
free
rewalk
action
in
to
the
hide the
village.
baby.
We can. It's yeah.
Okay. Because
That's a bonus action.
That's an
action.
action. That's a whole action.
Just-
by the baby.
Romilly's house is on the outskirts, so you say we go there first, and we'd be fine.
Yeah, just get her input on things. And the state of the village, she may have better input on what we're about to step into.
Also, Queen, I just want to say, like, I don't know if you know Lieutenant Moose better than me, but
Lieutenant.
no, yeah, the lieutenant.
Left.
Get inspiration. Get inspiration for that, Queen.
Lieutenant Moose.
Someone remembers something from 11 episodes ago. You get inspiration. Sorry.
I'll need it.
Yeah, you don't need to write up a whole story about bracelets the night before, but
It's the simple things.
whatever.
It's the
Whatever.
simple
Yeah, it's the
things,
same thing. It
Bisbo.
only took me an hour. It's fine. What was I saying? Oh, you were there in that fight with that. I was expecting more, but these guys suck, man. We could totally take those guys. Like we could.
The
I
lieutenant.
felt like we've gotten stronger too. I don't know about the lieutenant, but the other ones we could take. I mean, I'm not.
The lieutenant's a force to be reckoned with for sure. I'm just gonna say this out loud, James. I have no fucking clue, but I suspect that he is not a pushover. By any
Oh yeah,
means.
he's a half orc and badass. He's awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's start.
we have a
with-
chance at least. We're also a force to be reckoned with. We took down a hag. Okay, I never thought I would be doing this ever in a million years. I thought that was useless trash to be squashed under by anyone who wanted. I helped you guys take out a hag. We're
Quint's
all
gonna,
lone
Quint-
wolves.
Quint's gonna, like, Quint's gonna, put his hand on you, like, yeah.
I'm so jazzed up.
Bismo,
Yes.
you've done great. Now, if we can minimize issues going forward, that's all we're worried about.
Okay, yes. I'm just saying.
Deep breath. You and your turrets and your guns, you are a force to be reckoned with.
Force to be reckoned with. I'm not garbage. I take out a little mirror. Like Godwin comes over to take a mirror out from my self-affirmations.
Sure. Gently patting you on the shoulder as he brings
Yes.
the mirror out. Yeah.
I'm
So-
a valuable kobold. Got it. Okay.
Romilly first, and let's see what we're dealing with. Go ahead.
If it would help in terms of getting into the village, I might be able to do a little bit more than just making the horns disappear to hide to conceal that it's me that it's coming in. That might help in terms of getting to the people's house undetected.
Okay.
You can only cast it on yourself.
Yeah, I can only cast it on myself.
Okay.
Of course, Esmeralda has the ability to bring the shadows around as well, too, if you really want to, if you want to stealth your way back into town. And you get a sense that nightfall is in a couple of hours. You're probably an hour out of town with nightfall in a couple of hours. So that's something you might want to factor in as well.
The only thing I'm worried about is kind of the patrols at this point. If we're just going to Romilly's house.
Yep.
But
We sneak.
I would like to try to get to Romilly's house undetected. I think that benefits us. we can get information, take a breather, figure out what's next. If we need to use pass without a trace, then we can to be safe. How long is it?
An hour.
It's pretty fucking good.
I mean, yeah. Once we get to an hour outside of town, I can't imagine any type of sentries go more than an hour outside of town.
Yeah.
So.
Let's head to Romley's and let's stealth our way there, and we sneak when we get a little closer.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You decamp, dousing the fire, packing up your belongings again, and again Ren takes the heavy frame of the papoose with the body behind it, Esmeralda standing behind with the baby, as the five of you emerge further along. And as you do, Ren finds one of these goat trails, these small paths that wind their way through the forests around town, and you are getting that sense, Quinn in particular, that you're leaving the wilds behind. You know, you everything seems a bit thinner, everything less woody, less overgrown. For those that are proficient in perception, and I believe, Quinn, you are now, because we did a bit of a look at this, and yes, you did get perception. Can you make perception checks for me, please, as you're wandering back towards town? That's a ridiculous roll, Quinn.
Perception.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Even better.
Well, you both hear it. You hear it loudly. There's yelling, and the sounds of violence up ahead. The trail is in the last vestiges of the afternoon dappled sun, as you see the sunlight coming through the treetops. And up ahead, you hear the sounds of shouting, of men shouting, of steel being drawn, of creatures being under attack. You're not there yet. You're still probably 20 or 30 minutes outside of the village, but you can hear the sounds of shouts and a strange high-pitched laughter. Does anyone speak Goblin as a language?
Bisbo, come on, this is you. You hate those fuckers, don't you?
What? Why would this be me?
Because you said you hated them, so I just assumed you could talk to them.
Oh, I assumed I could talk to them because they're also small, not humanoid, not normal human-looking creatures.
Yes.
You think we all just talk to each other?
It's Goblin, right? That's the actual language.
It's the actual language is Goblin.
No goblin.
Nothing?
Esmeralda?
I don't know what I know. What
No.
this language is. Oh, I know. I definitely don't know Goblin.
Okay. You hear the sounds of a high-pitched cackle and a high-pitched laughter.
Sounds like fighting in the village.
Absolutely does.
I really need a spell that can help me understand languages. A
New
device,
plan?
I mean.
Do we go to the village, right?
Yes. Maybe Esmeralda, since the baby trusts her, should go to Romilly's, and we can rush to the...
Let's give the baby to Ren and take Esmeralda with us.
This sounds like this combat, this fighting is only 100 yards, maybe 200 down the trail. You're still 20 or 30 minutes away from the village. So
okay.
got
it.
Okay. But in the forest, it's not the village that is under attack.
I will throw out a turret on my shoulder.
Okay.
We're that close. A force turret on my shoulder.
Yep.
Oh, and in case of whatever happens, Tisme will use her vigilant blessing and give a silvery wink to Bisbo.
To Bisbo, okay.
Still gets all the winks.
I do get all the winks.
So many winks.
For a second, Godwin thinks he's getting the wink. He's like all excited. Then she sees that she's actually looking beyond Godwin towards me. One of those situations, you know.
I just picture.
Or you think you're getting a Quinn, but then it's actually.
I picture you and Tisme looking at each other and you getting the wink, but then Goblin slowly sinking in between you, and then like thinking it's him, you know.
Oh, me.
It's actually the turret. I was actually.
I wish if I could draw, I would draw all of these things. It'd be so much fun. But I am the absolute worst. Anyway.
Okay. You hear the sounds of combat. Immediately, Tisme draws the twilight shadow around Bisbo, and your eyes flash with that articulate being able to really perceive the details around you. The turret emerges on your shoulder as the five of you stand in the middle of this path. The sound of combat burgeoning ahead. Who's leading? Quinn rushes ahead.
Yeah.
I guess I heard it, so I'll go next.
Yep. You take off at a brisk pace, and emerging from within the gloom of this dappled sunlight, you see ahead of you men, soldiers of the kingdom, colleagues, other privates that you would have served with. You're aware of these guys, and three of them are frantically trying to free a fourth underneath a weighted trap in the middle of the forest, just by the path. They're working very quickly and cutting, and you can hear the sounds of them yelling at each other. Hurry up! They're coming back! Hurry up! From the treetops above, you see a creature. It's green. It is winged and seems to be covered by some kind of moss. And it is laughing, cackling hysterically. And it's joined by another creature in a similar vein, cackling hysterically, as you see these winged forms, these imps, start to fly down towards the humans that are frantically trying to help their friend. I'll show you the map, and then I'll get everyone to a roll for initiative.
This is supposed to be an RP session. We were just supposed to get back to the village. Holy, is this thing massive? No, something is not right. That's okay.
It's not loading.
Not loading?
It's got gray boxes.
Tokens, but yeah.
I'm assuming the background's just loading.
I have no idea why that happened.
No, it's black.
It's black.
Why is my mouse making measurements?
Oh, okay. Hang on a second. I just need to do one thing. There we go. Need to turn the lights on. Does that work?
Still black. Maybe loading. Not sure.
Try one more. For some reason it's got it shared with Bisbo and Tismay, but not, Jared and Latreni, but not with you, Eric.
Strange.
This is strange.
Just realized there's clear targets, target friendly units, target enemy units. I didn't even know these buttons existed up here.
Yeah, now my finishing rounds is just loaded for me.
You got the whole map?
Yes.
Colours and pictures and lovely.
Colors, yes, very nice colors.
Can you? I still had the black grid.
Same.
Can you share the map with me and look for it again? Or should it just load?
Sorry, folks. Sometimes these things. This is why you test your tech before you broadcast a game on stream. But
It happens.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful.
Okay. All
we're
good.
good. All right, roll initiative. Let's go.
I'm
Initiative.
gonna roll this, and then I'm gonna grab something real quick. I'll be right back. Where's it at? There it is.
No! I don't want to be so high.
And will you
Godwin
roll
rolled
for,
a big old 3.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
Oh boy. Where am I? Okay, that one's me.
So he will go
So we
pretty
see-
much last.
Soldiers in a weighted with one in a weighted trap, and then these imp-like flying creatures up above in the canopy.
Yeah, yeah. Can you see them at all? The actual
Yes.
imp-like flying creatures up
I
above the
see-
canopy?
Two of them.
Excellent. All right. So as you watch the imps fly down, the first one moving very, very quickly to one of these soldiers that are trying to free their friends. And you see in its hands, it has what looks to be a large weapon, a long weapon with a hook, curved blade, and it comes flying down quickly and tries to slash the soldier at its ankles, as if to kind of trip it over. And will miss with a 4 as it merges back up to the tree just beyond it. The second imp does the same, coming down. And it's almost as if this poor guy, this soldier that's trying to free his friend is, as he looks back, looks another way, this creature has come down fast to try and attack him with the curved wicked blade once more. Also misses and alights back to the tree. Ren looks up at the branches above and draws her longbow and will take a shot at the creature as it alights. The first attack hits with a 14, doing 11 points of damage, and the creature is immediately destroyed as the arrow goes straight through its body. Tismay, it's your turn.
Oh boy, my turn. Okay. Tismay will. Everyone's close by. I don't really know. Okay, Tismay's going to reach out really quick and tap Bisbo and Quinn on the shoulders. I guess not really a tap because you have to take 2 seconds to cast it. Anyways, she's going to cast Bless on her 2 compatriots.
Ooh.
and herself.
Okay.
Now those will be the 3 people.
Go for it. Click your bless button.
Okay.
Again, the shadows emerge from underneath this forested canopy.
Oh, God.
But they're warm. They're warm shadows,
Yeah,
right? These are like
please.
warm,
Can we
comforting shadows.
Find a new, some starlight, maybe.
Well, is it kind of like the shadows of, like under, like
Twilight.
if you're in like a nice, like under, like on a hillside with the moon overhead,
Yeah.
kind of looking into the mystery of the night. That kind of like introspective, right? It's not like a dark, creepy shadow.
Much better.
Whatever puts you to sleep at night.
Well, it's blessed, so I have to imagine that this is like
But it's a nice thing.
the nice part of the darkness and solitude and introspection. That's how I
5,
imagine
10, 15, 20,
it.
25.
When he's like dark shadows, like, but you're blessed. Like
Happy shadow puppets.
ghoulish hands reach up, grabbing for your soul, but they're nice. They massage.
But they tickle you instead of take your soul.
Yeah, need some tickles. Yeah.
Okay, so she's going to cast that, and she's going to run up in the direction of where she sees the soldier.
Yep.
And that will end her turn.
No problem.
Reaching
All
it.
right. Very good. The soldiers are going to try and free this guy from their grasp. So the first soldier is going to try and pull his friend out, and does, and manages to pull the weighted trap off the other soldier. And they look around, kind of glancing up towards the tree above them as they start to fire spears at the imp in the tree. So the first spear attack gets thrown, and that will hit, doing another 3 points of damage as the second soldier fires up also to try and catch the guy in the tree. Let me target that, and then Quinn, it will be your turn after this. That will also hit, and doing 6 points of damage to the imp. So Quinn, your turn. You see that these guys have now got this imp up in the tree as it's flitting around and cackling as the spears fly high.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I check to see if there's another threat in the distance?
Sure.
It seems
Make a
weird to me
perception
that
check.
it seems weird to me that they're like, this is it. Rin fells a shot.
Yep. Make a perception check.
$14.
Nothing. It's eerily quiet. You look out towards the rest of the trees and you see a ridge beyond in the sunset. Some kind of escarpment just to the north. You look back towards you on this side of the trail. There's a couple of trees blasting in the wind. You can't see anyone or anything within them.
Is that my action?
Yep.
Okay.
Actively perceiving something's an action.
Sure. Can I then like free action call out to the guards? I don't know. I can't. Better yet, can I free action reattach my guard insignia on my
Yeah,
on my
absolutely.
front to make it very clear? Let's do
Yep,
that.
sure.
Let's do that free
Yep.
action rather than talk.
No worries. Bizbo.
Okay. So there's only one of these little impos. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Follows with me, and I will shoot it.
Okay. Oh, target for you. Go, take a shot.
Okay. Let's give it a little bit of icy love first.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit it, I don't think it matters what kind of love you give it.
And a 23 will hit.
Less. Oh, my, it's not totally working, but yeah. I think, do I have to activate my arcane firearm?
You do, yeah.
Is that going to stay, or does that do that every time?
Arcane firearm happens just before the roll. So
I have to
you'll
click it
have
every
to
time
use
before I roll.
every time, yep. Otherwise it'll add it, because you get multi-attack now, it'll add it to other things, so yeah.
I don't get multi-attack.
Don't you?
No, that's the Battle Master. Subclass.
No, that's the other artificers.
sorry,
I get an extra D8 on my
You get arcane armament, don't you? Starting at 5th level, you can attack twice rather than once whenever you take the
I
attack
do
action
not.
on your turn. But
That's
one of the
the
attacks must be made with a magical weapon.
No, that's the
Battlesmith.
Battlesmith. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay. For some reason, Fantasy Grounds added it when it leveled you up. All good. Either way, this creature
Take your second attack. It sounds like you can take your second attack, Bisbo.
It gets obliterated by the ice, and
Okay,
you look down at your weapon.
Let's
and,
add
and
on. Let's add
be
on another.
powerful.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
actually
yeah.
13 damage.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Yeah, I've made some modifications in the night. You guys see like a larger barrel, more runes, just like everything looks heftier. It looks just meaner, the curves. And I was like, oh, I wonder what's it. Boosh! And it just like, even though there isn't gunpowder, this is just purely kind of
Magical
like
eye.
magnetic, magical repulsion, energy gathering and repulsion. And I just like kind of fly back a little bit, not expecting that. Oh wow, that was effective. I might have overdone it. You guys look and like my eyebrow, instead of, I don't have eyebrows, but whatever little, instead of like that like burned off, I have like frost like on my kind of on my metal bits, and on my shirt there's like burns from frost. That was better than I thought. You look at me and like missing a tooth or something. Like I did not expect. I give you
Quinn
guys a
takes
toothy
it. Quinn
grin.
now has 2 teeth.
Yeah.
Do you have
Collecting
any?
one from each
Do you have
of
any
them.
bonus actions?
I do, but there's no threats around, right?
Yep. So nothing else happening.
I can't hold my action, my bonus action. There's no holding a
No.
bonus action.
No.
So, I should have done. That was stupid. I should have just used my bonus action so I could dash. Whatever. Okay, no, I can't. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna do
So
that.
as you turn to talk to Quinn, you hear the sounds of arrows flying from the forest, from the ridges. And the first arrow rolls a 2 and barely misses Bisbo. As the second one comes past Bisbo and rolls an 11, also missing.
I hit it with my shield for you, Bisbo.
Man, that would have been so awesome, Adam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as I turned back, give you guys this like goofy, toothy grin with one of my teeth missing. I got shot in the back with an arrow. That would have been hilarious.
No, but I hit the soldiers, of course. So ahead, you see the soldiers. One of the soldier cops 13 points of damage as the arrow goes straight through his head and he falls lifeless to the ground.
Ooh,
And the
Jesus.
second arrow comes through, missing the soldier above.
Can we tell from where at this point? When it's our turn.
You can. You see these guys at the ridge tops on the left and right. Don't know if you can actually see them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
2 bugbears, large creatures. You know bugbears from the time spent with the bugbear cook within the village. Are on top of the ridges with longbows, firing them down below. A larger, much larger bugbear appears in the middle of the ridge and points down towards you all as another 2 arrows come sailing towards Bisbo.
By the way, it says aid is on my token, but I don't think my max HP has been increased.
Aid wasn't cast today.
Bless.
It's still on my token though.
Yeah, need to get rid of it. There we go, done. This one's going to hit with a 20.
Is that with a dirty 20 or is that a natural?
A dirty 20.
You said there's 2 arrows coming at me?
Yep.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Wait, that's a lot of die.
9 points of damage.
Okay, that was way more die than I was expecting.
You took, I think, the
second
low
arrow-
end. The low
I
end of the die.
regret. I regret.
The second arrow sails over
Okay.
and misses, and it's Godwin's turn.
Oof. Okay, Godwin is back here. 5, 10, 15, 22. These guys all have bows. He's actually just gonna fly up to this tree fly into this, just kind of like fly into the tree to get cover, and he's just gonna make an action to see if there's any more enemies around than the ones that have fired at us.
Yeah, make a perception check.
But he's definitely hiding. He's kind of hiding in the tree to not be a target.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. This is not when I go giving advantage on bowmen. A dirty 13.
Godwin lights in the tree, looks around, starts to...
Yeah.
And within the branches of that actual tree, there is the form of another one of these imps that just
nice.
just snarls at it.
Oh.
Okay, he goes, woo! And I was right back here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. He kind of flies back and down under the tree.
Sure.
Like getting cover, yeah.
Yeah. That's his action. Esmeralda. What do you want Esmeralda to do? What do you yell at Esmeralda to do?
Fireballs.
She definitely firebolts, right?
Firebolt that imp that's just
Yeah,
been
the tree
shown,
right
or
there. Yeah. That
Seems-
is. She would definitely attack the one that's threatening Godwin. I
Godwin,
think.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, here it comes.
She should also
Fireball.
move closer to the party when
Forward.
she's
Yeah.
done. Yeah. She's got
But
a
still
baby,
stay in
up
the
to-
back because she's holding a baby.
a baby in one
She'd
hand, right?
she'd probably move up to like the tree there, and then to like get some cover because she has the baby. And then...
She'd actually like to
Firebolt.
power word
Firebolt
Neil.
will hit,
She holds the baby in front of her as a
doing
living
7
shield.
points of damage, and then as a bonus action, spending 2 sorcery points, cast Power Kneel at Quinn.
Yeah, quit. Just immediately kneels.
For sure.
10,
She would go up to
15,
that tree, I think.
20.
Let's get her
Down
behind
here?
a tree. Oh
Yes,
no, the
there?
one up here, the one that's like yeah,
there?
exactly. Yeah.
Just keep her close. That way, nothing can get behind her.
All right. The imps attack. Another imp comes flying down towards Ren. Missing, and then flying back up to the tree. The forest imp that Godwin found is going to come down and try and attack Godwin.
What?
Mistake, imp.
That will hit.
Well, yeah, he's dead. You don't have to roll that. You don't have to roll anything.
I just like doing
Instant death.
explosive damage and Godwin.
Instant death. That's what it says there.
Fuck.
Instant death.
Instant death as Godwin just erupts into a spray of bolts and small bits. And it flies back up to this tree, and forest imp number 4
Killing that.
casts entangle. Can I get 20 feet? So let's have a look here.
Which one is casting Entangle?
There is a forest imp behind you.
How far away
Oh.
is it?
It is. Hang on a minute. There. It's just behind Tisma. No,
Can Esmeralda see it?
She hasn't used that spell yet. You don't know she's got it.
She absolutely would use it here. You know she would.
No, she would not.
You know she
Nah.
would.
She's stingy with her spells. She would not use it right
She's
now.
not using it.
Okay.
No, that ain't happening.
You know what? When Taylor, we're gonna ask Taylor.
No
Yeah.
way. We'll ask her in the running wild for the episode she
Absolutely.
wasn't in.
Tune in this week.
Yeah.
We need to make a bet. Okay, a gentleman's bet.
I'll gentleman's bet that for sure.
Or I will, I'll buy you like DoorDash or something. You know, like what? No.
Yeah,
let's do
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'll take that bet.
do something. We'll do something. Yeah.
All right. So let me just entangle this ground. Oops. Come on. There we go. Son of a bitch.
A lot of entangling going on.
This is when I wish I had Misty Step.
Like everyone else in our party.
Everybody else in the party. Everybody, the cleric and the ranger have Misty Step. God damn it. Oh, I thought you did. I thought it was
So, can I get everyone to make a strength saving throw, please?
This is when I wish I had a different item. I'm definitely getting this other item too. I'm making this other item. You love giving us strength savings throws too much.
I do.
Oh, thank God for bless, man. But I don't feel it's good enough.
All right. No, it isn't. Quinn, you're able to get yourself out of the vines, but for Bisbo and for Tismay, you're both restrained by the vines that grasp around you.
Okay.
Ren looks up and is going to take 2 shots at the bugbear huntsman right at the top right. Fires her longbow, missing with the first arrow. Missing with the second arrow. Tismay, it's your turn. You are restrained by the vines as it's grappled around you. You're not grappled, you're just restrained.
Just
So
restrained.
movement is 0.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna activate my Twilight Sanctuary. The
Yep.
familiar purple silver energy will come out.
But these are nice shadows, not spooky shadows.
Yeah, it's pretty, like there's little like star little
Ooh.
little twinkly things in there. So we'll activate that. Bonus action. Spiritual weapon.
Cool.
Ooh, nice.
Out of the tree, like a little vine will kind of come out of the tree near that imp. Can she see it, or has Dutch like completely back into the tree?
Oh, she can see it. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful! Yes, so she will place the spiritual weapon somewhere near it, and it'll come out and just kind of lash out at the
Love
imp
it.
that's in the.
Roll for spiritual weapon.
Okay. Disadvantage. Okay.
Disadvantage
Nice.
because you're restrained. Yes, that'll hit anyway with a dirty 20. Do some damage.
Con. Drop that con. Drop that con.
Doing 7 points of damage. Still alive
Okay.
and does not need to concentrate. It's an innate ability, not a spell.
Ooh, what?
Unfortunate.
What?
Well, I will take my temporary hit points and.
That's
Look at
definitely what you were
yourself,
thinking,
yourself.
wasn't it, Trini? Right? You were like.
I was hoping. I was like,
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
it is, and I'll get out of this. Maybe.
Usually it is, so that was a good thought, but yeah.
The soldiers
Little bastards.
continue to try and throw spears at these imps in the trees. They're out of range of the bows and are missing all over the place. So a 7 and a 5 to hit. This guy is going to try and fire at that forest imp. And gets a natural 20 because I was bad mouthing him, and now that imp is dead. So there we go. So the imp closest to the soldiers is no more, and it's over to Quinn. What would you like to do?
Oh, the one
Can I
that
yell?
kills Godwin.
Can I yell at the soldiers to take cover?
Yep, that's a free action to yell at underlings.
As my underling, as my bonus
For
action,
superiors, it's a bonus action, but for underlings, sure.
I will because I'm not tangled up right now, right? But I can see
Correct.
that
You
Bisbo
are,
is.
you are not entangled. Yep.
So I will grab Bisbo and use again the only version of this I know. Bisbo, you smell these rosy sort of like scent take over, and I will. My eyes go this auburn color, and I will face step you 30 feet. I have to pick probably.
Yep, you pick the spot.
probably towards Esmeralda. So what is it, like, 30 feet over there by Esmeralda somewhere? I'll let you pick the exact square and move your character.
You put me wherever you want, man.
Well, that's fine.
So you grabbed me, your lights shine, and then what do I experience as I travel?
Rose
you
petal.
probably, as you travel from point to point, you probably see that weird, like, planar, I don't know, like, ley line energy, and, like, you step out for a eighth of a second out of this plane.
So it's just like,
and then, and you see maybe just bright lights all around, and then you reappear, in the distance.
It's like the Thor, what's it called?
Like that when the
streaks of light.
Exactly, for like just a brief second, and then you reappear next to Esmeralda.
You what the hell? Just like you scared the shit out of him. He was not expecting that. You just all of a sudden put a hand on him with your eyes shining, and you shunt me through reality.
Yeah.
So I pop out. I'm just screaming like a maniac.
Esmeralda looks at you and says, "I know, right?"
she's like giggling excited.
I'm gonna make another con check to see if I throw up.
See if you vomit.
Sure.
Say a DC 10. Okay, I hold it in.
Yep.
You're
doing well with keeping it together.
When these ridiculous, when I need to make a con save, it's shit. But when I'm making these, it's stupid.
So that's face step. You also have advantage on your next attack.
Wait, for the whole
Harrier?
turn or just one attack?
That's what I need to find out. Is Harrier 1 or 2 attack, or is it all attacks? Assuming James, you're still cool with me transferring this when I use that.
Yeah, absolutely,
spray.
absolutely. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Next attack.
So it's the first attack.
Yeah.
Well, actually, is it attack action though, or is it just actually the first swing?
What if I cast a spell that had multiple?
When you use your Shadow Traveler trait or cast Misty Step, you have advantage on the next attack you make before the end of your turn. Oh. So before the end of Bizbo's turn, the first attack that he makes.
Okay, and if I cast a spell that had multiple attack rolls,
it'd be the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my bonus action. I will move. God, let me put my thing up. 1, 2, 3. You guys are over there. Okay, so I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I get this guy?
Can I get you to make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Of course.
Is there another net trap?
He just walked exactly on it. But you see, no problem. You dodge out of the way as the weighted net trap. I can't believe it. It was like you were doing a beeline right towards it. Just appears at your feet.
I have a gift.
And immediately, kind of gets launched into that tree next to you. There's another trap there.
Can you target
It's been sprung.
This bugbear hinge spin on the thing here? Can you give me the distance?
Absolutely. You are currently a grand total of 25 feet away.
So I think it's still a disadvantage with throwing, but that's okay. And these huntsmen, they look like, what am I looking at? Is it like a savage creature?
A savage, huge, hulking goblinoid-like creature. Okay. You notice that they're actually quite mossy for the look of them. You've seen bugbears before. There's a bugbear cook in the
right, but this isn't like a well-dressed or at least put together. You know what I mean? Like
no.
This. Okay.
No, he has pants.
Good for him.
If that helps.
Good for him. It's good for me as I look up at him on this ridgeline to know that this creature has pants.
This is the angle that you want someone to be wearing pants.
I will attack, and I think it's a disadvantage because 20 feet.
Yes, 25 feet. Yeah.
So I will attack twice.
Ooh, level 5 ranger gets to attack twice. You use your bonus action, so no hunter's mark, but yes.
Right, and I just need to turn returning dagger on, right?
Returning dagger is on. It is on. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and you've got bless, so there's all sorts of stuff already happening.
Oh baby!
Nice, 32 with disadvantage if you don't mind. Kaboom! So add your other crap.
I'll favored foe this one as well. So we're just gonna we'll do some stuff. We'll do the stuff.
Yeah, nice. Right? Yeah.
Well, let me actually turn it on. Favored foe, and then roll the die, right?
Planar weapon, or is that a bonus?
No, that's bonus. It's a bonus.
Okay, yep, sure. So roll the damage to the weapon. 12 points of damage.
12?
As the first arrow comes firing out. Second shot hits with a 17, thanks to the bless.
Do I need to put on the returning again?
No, you don't. You have to put favored foe.
Favorite foe on. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yes, please. Yep, I've got the concentration. There we go. That's one. Roll some damage. Doing another 13 points of damage as it catches it in its throat and it topples off the cliff onto the ground below.
Yeah, it's
Nice
weird because
turn.
it's returning. The dagger goes, comes back, and then goes again. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
like this
frightening.
super dexterous, I guess, with this whole trap. It's just like a 1-2 punch as it goes and comes back, and that's everything.
Bisbo.
Was that the only bugbear? Or was there another one? I thought there was
There's another one to the right. There's 2 more. One to the right.
That's like that.
And
No,
then-
that's an imp.
No, up here. I can't click him.
Oh, okay. And there was like a big dude.
And
right?
there's someone
Yeah.
big somewhere that I can't even see
okay.
on my screen. Did you reveal that
5.
the bigger one?
Yeah, I have. You just
Yeah, he's
might
in
not
the
have line
middle.
of sight because of trees.
Okay, so
Oh,
I
I
was
see him back
here.
there,
So
yeah.
I saw him before. So I want to move to where I have a line on him.
Okay.
So okay, this is the square. 5, 10. Okay, sometimes it's hard to see what the squares are. 5, 10, 15, 20. What is this asshole? I remember
Straight
him.
up.
Oh yeah, there he is. Okay. He was gone for some reason. He just appeared.
Bugbears are tricky like that. They've got +6 to stealth. And
Okay,
stop.
so
Make a dexterity save for me, please.
Okay.
Damn it, Bispo. I can only face step you once.
Oh, no.
God.
Great. All right. The trap is sprung around you.
Uh-huh.
Let me grab it. Sorry, 1 second. Where am
Although to
I?
be fair,
You are. Can I get you to make a strength saving throw, please? Right.
This
You
is
are
cold
not knocked
strength.
prone. You are not knocked prone, but you are restrained again as the trap springs up
Right.
around you.
Is it an action to get out?
It is.
Okay, I'll do an action to get out.
Okay, so you need to. Let's have a quick look. You need to. That's a strength athletics check to get out.
An
To
athletics
shrug it
check?
off. Yep. And it
Use
is
a
a
crowbar.
disadvantage because you're restrained. No, you can't use a crowbar to get out of the trap. And
Okay, use
just
acrobatics.
putting out there. It's, you know, it's-
Alternatively, you can try and like burn it or do some damage to the thing, but it's all at disadvantage. So
Yeah. Well, that would do.
you have your turret on your shoulder, don't you?
Yeah, it's still gonna be disadvantage though.
it will be.
I mean, it's. All right, I'll try to like freeze it off with my.
Okay.
Cold.
One minute.
Freeze and break like break a fragile bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roll to hit. And that will hit. Yep. No worries. So do some damage.
Wait, it shouldn't be 4.
Holy dice.
Oh.
What are you doing?
It's
Dead.
20 damage. I don't know why. I don't know why it rolled another one.
Ah, okay. So the arcane firearm is sticking around. So when you clicked it the second time, it's done 2 of them.
Okay.
Either way, it's more than enough damage to freeze the trap off you.
Okay.
He's gone.
And I'll just move my. I was still had. I didn't even mean. I was trying to get behind this tree, so it's. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. Fine. I'll
how
attack
does-
him with my.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Attack him with my turret.
Yep, okay, that is 50 feet away, so make your attack roll with the turret. Why do you have advantage on that roll?
Oh, from the.
From the Harrier.
Yep,
Okay.
love it. Yep, very good. That'll hit. Do some damage. Whoa,
Beautiful.
maximum damage if you don't mind. 16 points, and then you knock him back 10 feet away
Yeah.
from the edge. Okay, 5, 10 feet back. No problem.
Okay.
The guy to the north.
Yeah.
How did Bisbo react to getting trapped? Was it just like fuck this and just blew it out, or?
Yeah, he was extremely frustrated. But then also like, look at this shoddy construction. It'd be much better if they woven in some steel thread. It's like, what is this crap? I'm getting caught in this shanky ass trap. So I just like, like, look at this. Look how weak it is. And I shot it and it just instantly froze and shattered. So I was not impressed by their construction at all.
Okay.
And I thought of ways in my mind to make it way stronger. Like if you had metal threads in there, if you had little bits of metal shaving, so it's got into wounds. And
if you use triangles instead of square shapes, there's a natural durability to triangle-based structures, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Meanwhile, 2 arrows come over the ridge towards Kismay, who's restrained and trapped within the entanglement. So the first arrow.
That's only fair.
Will hit Kismay with a 17, doing 7 points of damage, and you fail your concentration on the bless.
Okay.
As the second one comes flying over towards you, that misses with a 15.
Which one? This guy on the right?
Yeah, by 2 arrows. You are... I'll give you +2 cover on that, Bisbo, as this leader is going to try and fire back at you with his bow. -2 on that attack roll, longbow.
Did you give me temp HP again? Excuse me?
You're out of range.
Oh, it's only within 30 feet.
Shit, we left it.
Second attack.
Should have saved her and left you to die.
Also missing. You watch the leader of these bugbears just pull back into the underbrush. He's taken 2 shots at Bisbo. Both have impacted into the tree trunk and he's just withdrawn back a little bit. That would and so it's over to Esmeralda. What does Esmeralda do, guys? What do you want to do?
I still think she just firebolts the guy on the ridge, no?
When she gets his mate out?
Either I can... That, or there's also the imp in front of her.
Oh yeah, the one on the tree.
Oh yeah, the imp, yeah.
But can't you do the same thing that you did as a bonus action?
She could
if she wants to, follow the leader.
Why wouldn't she? She could probably move over there, bonus action, her out of there, and then
25. Yeah, the problem is entering. She has the possibility of also being restrained.
Oh.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Okay.
Save the baby. Like she should stay away from everyone and just
right. She should, I think, stick with Rin and use range spells,
Go
for the 4. Go for the one. Go for
hitting
the
her, hitting that tree and killing that imp. There you go. Forest imp is now gone.
That's the one in the tree to the closest. There's another one?
There is one, behind Ren.
That's the one that casts Entangle, isn't it?
Yes.
Does it go away now that it's dead?
No, it doesn't.
Wow.
This one's swooping down on Ren once more. Hitting Ren. Not doing a lot of damage. And she does not fall. And then, as it moves back to the tree, it dissipates. Literally becomes invisible as it flies back up to the top of that tree.
Oh yeah, I've got the lantern!
Alright, Ren looks up to the huntsman on the ridge. He's going to take 2 shots at the huntsman. First attack hits, doing 8 points of damage. The second attack misses. And at Tismay, it's your turn.
So it didn't go away, even though the thing is dead, and I can't do anything to get out of it.
You can to get out of this entangle. It is an action.
Spend an action against his DC, right?
Oh, I can.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's either an acrobatics or an athletics check, and then to try and escape. And I've got to say, it's higher than the 11 you failed to begin with.
Okay.
A, brutal. B.
And I don't think I'm of much help.
I just want you to know that Tismay has broken so many grapples that this is honestly nothing for her. So,
except that first time, I will do acrobatics. I'll try to do.
Whoa! Nice
Roll in.
backflipping, somersaulting.
Something like that. We'll see. Or I'll just like flail about and not go
No,
anywhere.
no, that's great. That's your action as you extricate yourself from the entanglement.
Okay, as my bonus action, I can't hit anything, but can I move my spiritual weapon just
20 feet.
20 feet, basically straight up? It won't get
5,
anywhere.
10, 15, 20. There we go.
It's gonna get a little bit closer.
Yep.
And can I still move? Action,
You can.
bonus action?
Yep. Yes, you can. Yep.
Okay. If I move straight up, am I gonna get like re-entangled? Do I need to move
Yes.
out?
Yes, you will.
Okay.
Got to move
Like
out.
I can see
not
it's still moving around.
around.
Okay.
Yeah. It's being.
So I will move out first. That's 5.
Yep.
Then go around it. 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, I'm gonna be
Sorry.
in space with Ren.
I'll move aside pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's,
I
that
can
Dick
do
GM puts her right on
Yeah.
4 spaces at one time.
30. That's as far as I can get.
Awesome. All right. The soldiers get ordered to take cover, and will do so. They kind of huddle down behind this wall in between the trees. Yeah.
Yeah,
Happy with that, Quinn?
that's fine. Yeah, as long as you don't just
Awesome.
spring another goddamn trap.
Quinn, your turn.
Okay. I was trying to think about if there's any like maneuver that I could tell them to take, but I think cover's fine for now. So that imp disappeared. All right. The hunt pursues, I guess. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Any other traps?
Not that you can see. Are you actively looking for them? That'll be your action.
I don't care now. This huntsman is what 30 feet away, so I'm just gonna assume it's like disadvantage if you'll target him. This other bugbear.
Just targeting now. Boom. That would be 35 feet.
Do I want to negate that? No. Yeah, I'll take 2 attacks at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll activate. Yeah, I'll activate Planar Warrior for the first one.
Okay.
Planar Warrior is until I hit, so I'll activate Planar Warrior, and then hopefully, whatever. Disadvantage. No, disadvantage is already calculated, right? So I can just roll.
Is disadvantage already calculated? No, it is not. So you
Okay, so I'll activate that, and then
Yep.
I'll activate. You said returning dagger is automatically on, right?
It is.
Beautiful.
On, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, sorry.
Returning dagger will be on all the time until you turn it off.
All right, natural 1, so that's a miss.
That will automatically miss. At
No.
disadvantage again.
Yep. Second attack.
This for your next.
Okay.
That hits with a 19. Wow, you get plus 10 on all your things. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so
Planar Warrior is on. Returning Warrior weapon is on. It's good to go.
15
15 points of
force damage.
Yep.
That's everything.
Okay. Bispo.
Okay. So I can still see that the bugbear leader, right?
I would say yes, but he's under at least 3/4 cover because it's behind the ridge and behind a tree, so he's actually pretty badly.
If I kind of move to the side, can I get half cover? If I kind of move
No,
out,
I don't think so. Just where I, because mainly because of the ridge. Like if you're lobbing things over a ridge to get in at the stage, it's not like a straight projectile.
It's really annoying. Okay. I hate this guy. Can I climb this tree to get a better view of him?
Athletics roll.
Is that an action?
Yep.
half speed?
No. Climbing is part of your movement. You get half your movement in climb. So you can climb 10 feet up the tree, which would give you an eye. Yep.
Okay.
Athletics roll to climb the tree.
Okay. Here we go.
Climbing trees, it's not hard. It needs a 10.
Okay. Well, I don't have bless anymore, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's right.
There we go.
11!
Just made it, yes.
Gizmo climbs a tree, everybody.
You're not getting away with this, you
I
bastard.
think I read that. I read that children's book. I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I kind of just like It's not elegant at all. It's really rough. It's kind of like, it looks painful how I'm getting up here. I'm scrabbling weirdly. I have some splinters, but I get a good perch, and then I like
60 feet away.
and then my little.
There's an imp in there as you turn the corner.
Oh shit! I just punch in. A little viewing scope comes out.
Yep.
But now you see me go. So so funny. I go El Fuego, activate, and the turret from the elite turret that I've now kept pops up out my backpack on the left side.
Yeah.
He is wearing the eye patch that
Latrani
would have worn.
He's only got one eye. He
doesn't need an eye. He doesn't need an eye, but you can definitely tell this turret is different from all the other turrets. Like next to the normal turret I have, this guy looks way more grizzled and intense. And I'm gonna cast
best game in the world.
So I pop down. I pop open my gun, basically like El Fuego's here. I pop my gun, like the chamber opens, so you guys see the resonant crystals where the firing pins would be, and there's just this barrel. And I pop the barrel onto his flame opening. So now his normal mouth, which would be a spray, has this enhanced magical barrel on it, and I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Nice.
Which he is Scorching Ray. But I just get it's fun. I had no idea what flavor Scorching Ray has, and then we found this fire turret. So
beautiful.
That's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
Literally the most poetic thing in the world.
Okay.
El Fuego, the ultra turret. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the ultra turret. We had to keep him around. There's no way that turret was not going to be a permanent part of this game. There just couldn't be.
He's a more permanent fixture than I think Quinn is at this point in the
So I'm just going to. I guess I'll just roll it, and then it will roll the attacks for me. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, roll each attack separately, and then do the damage. So
and there's no cover, right? now?
No cover now that you've climbed the tree.
Okay. Okay. Now it's up here. So elite turret. Wait, I have to change his name to El Fuego. Sorry.
That's more
Very important.
Very important.
Thank you for tuning in.
Pause. We have to add more flavor to Apprentice.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says cast attack range +3. That should definitely not.
That should.
I'll just roll. Let me just roll Ray.
Hang
I'll
on,
just roll Ray
hang
Frost.
on.
Okay.
What?
It should be +9 now, I think. Yeah.
Let's get that sorted out. Went too far. Yeah, I went too far.
No matter what happens, I'm commissioning a Godwin, Bisbo, El Fuego piece.
Hang
Is
on.
that adding
Sorry.
stuff
You're up the top, aren't you?
Yeah.
Where am I?
I can just roll. We can do this later. I can just roll
No, let me
Oh,
fix the thing.
Fantasy grounds.
Okay. We're good.
Okay.
And
I'll also do a pitch.
my Ray of Frost didn't go up either. I'm very confused. Oh, well, it'd be. What should my attack be? Shouldn't it be Quinn? Yours is 10.
I'm also
So your
a god,
attack
though.
should be
You know, like
your intelligence modifier, which is currently 4 plus your proficiency bonus, which is
7.
3. 7 plus 1
Is
from
8.
your enhanced arcane focus, which is currently sitting on your character sheet, not sitting on the combat tracker, not the character sheet. So we're good.
Got it. Okay.
So as long as it says +7 on your attack rolls, you're okay because the +1 will happen on the combat tracker.
Sweet. All right, we're doing this.
Trust me.
Okay.
There we go with a +8. See how's the +8 on it? So a 20
Awesome.
will hit with the first attack.
And let
so
me
now
add
you get
in my
extra
arcane
D8.
Firearm for the first
Yep.
one. Yeah.
Perfect. Good.
Cool.
Boom! As the first ray hits, this fire just erupts across the valley, striking the creature in its chest, and you get that smell of burning bugbear hair. Second scorching ray.
God, that's a strong turret.
Missing. Going wide. Third.
Come on.
That will hit. Doing another 9 points of damage. The 2 of the 3 bolts strike the creature.
Is
That's
he
your
dead?
action. He's still alive.
All right.
All right, you asked for it. As the force turret goes, I saw that. That was a 19. And that's enough. Oh, no, it isn't. Still alive. 14 points of damage.
Jesus.
Still
So
alive.
you guys see from the treetop all of a sudden just enhanced, like he said, burning through the leaves burn away as these ultra. The first fire blast would have been huge because it's empowered. So that one would have been like extra thick, burning away the leaves as like a little smaller, but still impressive little fireball. And then from whatever the leaves fall, another force blast comes from the other side. Just the tree on the side. The leaves are just gone.
The tree you climbed, there's now this massive like circular
missing hole. Yeah, two holes
just blown through.
You look, there's like an owl there that has I didn't hurt the owl, but it's like home is gone for sure.
As that entire ridgeline erupts with fire, it's kind of
like
the
a
bugbears,
Gundam
the huntsman that you see, Quinn, takes one look, terrified at the flame, and is going to climb the ridge and try and get the hell out of there. So he climbs up the top of the ridge and is dashing away, and we'll make a quick stealth roll just to see what happens here. Okay, there you go. So you're going to need that to find him, as the leader also is going to try and hide. These guys are not that brave when the whole thing is erupting in flame around them. Rolls a natural 1, so he trips and falls, and you can see him as the leader is kind of trying to run, try and get away from here. Esmeralda.
Oh, you had the huntsman revealed, not the leader.
Oh, do I? Okay. Gone, and now I'm going to move the huntsman to somewhere else, like in an ancient game of battleships that one will never know. Esmeralda's turn.
She's probably not going to pursue these creatures with a child in her arms, right?
You can hit him though with fireball. 120 feet.
At the like, she's like 4 tiers lower though, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a -5
really
on
far
the roll
back.
for sure.
Yeah.
But I am. Where am I
I
here?
mean, Taylor's vindictive, She don't.
Yeah.
Laugh about no. I've always say
It's
about
either
her.
that. It's either that or cast Power Word Meal on you, Quinn. She does have magic missile. I could just fire 4 magic missiles to finish her off if you want.
No, I don't think she wastes a slot.
No, she would not. She would not.
Firebolt it is. Natural 20.
Well, there you go.
I'll call her real quick. Taylor, how do you want to do this, Taylor? Hold on one sec.
Wow, look at that damage. Holy crap.
Oh man.
24 points of damage to the leader and obliterates.
I like to think that the magical,
baby in her arms.
The magical hexblood of the baby amplifies his firebolt, and then she fucking just brings down like this, almost like a meteor on top of this guy tripping.
Absolutely. And with that, folks, a hushed quiet goes over the field. The soldiers look up at you, Quinn.
Are you okay?
You're the Hound.
Aye.
Where the hell did you come from?
Heaven, apparently, to save your asses.
You're not bloody wrong. What the hell was that? As he points to the kobold that's just erupted the entire ridgeline with
I'm
fire.
like tinkering with so things are smoking off of me. I'm like trying to tinker and recalibrate everything.
That is the thing keeping monsters much worse at bay for now.
Bloody hell. Is that Doofy?
Doofy, where? I turn around thinking Doofy's gonna show up.
No, that's Bizbo. Don't be racist. Are you okay? Or everyone okay?
Yeah. Oh. Better than those poor buggers. And you see the 2 soldiers that have been riddled with bugbear arrows on the ground.
All right, let's collect them and take them back to the lieutenant. Report that we'll be returning shortly, and we're going to give him a full debriefing as soon as we arrive. Take this with you, and I give him the hag head. No, I'm just kidding.
Persuasion or intimidation as ordering these guys around?
Do I have advantage for saving their life or no?
It's a relatively easy DC.
I'm a relatively unpersuasive person.
Oh, not in this case. Right, sir. We've been looking for you, Lieutenant Mars has us out here patrolling.
I know. It's been one hell of a week, as you can see. These imps, these bugbears, they're the least threatening thing that's been roving around the outside of the woods.
They've been coming at us night and day from everywhere. We're held up in that farm.
Hopefully you'll have some reprieve now that we've eliminated the what we believe to be the key contributor to the chaos.
Oh, yeah, sir. I'll let them know. Thank you again. And the two of them start to grab these and dragging the bodies of their companions back with them.
Can I make a quick history check? I know that. Okay, I don't know what happened to my pointer. I don't know what. I have no idea how to get out of this.
What have you done?
Exit drawing mode. There we go. Okay. I don't know how I got into. I didn't do anything to get in there. Can I make a quick history check about the? I think Bisbo researched enough of the history of the area to know that there was bugbear wars. So can I do a history check about the kind of aftermath of the bugbear war? Wasn't there bugbear wars or something?
I don't think this is recorded history, Bisbo. This is very localized.
Oh, it's not.
I don't think it would have been written up. Yep.
Oh, okay. So I don't know anything about any type of battles with bugbears before or anything.
No.
Okay. My bad.
I don't think
there wasn't common knowledge.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
sorry.
Esmeralda, Tisma, you would know that bugbears have raided in the past in the forest, and this is why the pup, the cook in town was left behind by a bugbear raid, but they haven't been one for 20 years or so. So if you just wanted to ask Tisma about bugbears, she would.
Oh,
that.
Yeah. If I had no idea, then I wouldn't have thought of anything.
It's very much a localized thing. There were raids. The local village know about it. They wouldn't have ever recorded it to the point where it was in a library that you could have read it, if that makes sense.
I would like to then say to Quinn, I'm like, we should go check out that lead. Make sure the other guy's gone, but I want to check out that leader. I want to see if there's any clues to why he was here.
Have imps, Tisme, been common in the past with these types of raids?
Climb up
Imps?
slowly.
Yep.
Yes.
These...
Not that I've experienced them personally before, but yes, there was a time when bugbears would attack the village and the surrounding areas, but it hasn't happened for a long time.
Esmeralda vociferously points out, imps are fey creatures. They've often been around in the wild. Bugbears too. Bugbears were part of a lot, walked away from the main courts. A lot of them were underlings, gardeners, servants, those kinds of things.
They're fey as well?
Yes.
And perhaps traveling back and forth has been easier for them now.
Perhaps.
Potentially. It's very strange. We should probably follow Bispo up to look close to the body and see.
He'll be fine. He's a natural at this. Just kidding.
Weren't there others that maybe ran away?
Oh, it's so bad. Again, it's so unelegant. It's like elbows and yeah.
You find your way up, and this is a big bugbear. He's large, big form, and you notice that he's shrouded with these quite good-looking pelts. They look like they've been trapping or skinning their way across for some time.
Interesting.
He's loaded up.
Yeah, definitely. While waiting for them to catch up with me, I definitely want to start investigating the body, see if I have any clues. I will take note of these pelts, though. So when Quinn and Latreni get here, I want to ask them. But yeah, for now, I'll just investigate. Anything else?
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna scoop up Godwin on our way to Bisbo.
The bits of.
I would have picked up Godwin. Yeah, I would have picked up Godwin. Yeah, that's just like.
He's gonna get closer, but.
Sure. See, you didn't say it. It seems like you're more interested in looting the bugbears than you are getting your friend, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Tisme will get closer, but also keep a little bit of stay a little bit away, just to see if anything else comes back or anything like that.
An 18. You see that this creature had been crawling when he got hit by Esmeralda, and in his hand is it's a pot about this big, clay pot with a stopper on it, and you see that there's another one hanging by his belt. He doesn't have a backpack. There's no documents or anything on him, but these are thick, viscous-like potions. Effectively, he's got some potions on him. This guy.
Okay, I'll grab those. Does he have any tattoos, distinctive markings like burns, things like
He's
that?
got burns because he got hit by a critical.
Well, I mean, like
firebolt, so.
I mean, like a
brand.
Like a brand, yeah.
No brands. One thing that you notice is that these guys have got moss that's seemingly growing on their pelts.
On their skin or on their clothes?
On their skin, on their fur.
Oh wow, okay.
And you notice that around his mouth in particular, there's these growths of moss and lichen that seems to be around, particularly his beard and mouth.
I'll take a clipping of that.
Yep.
When the guy get here, I'll be like, Quinn, look at these pelts, or the Trini, Tisme. Are these animals from this region, or do you know where these are from?
Nature checks.
I'll give Tisme advantage because I have no clue about the area.
That's
I don't think I don't know about the animals, but I know.
No, you won't. Are you proficient in nature?
Am I?
Jared?
No.
Yeah.
Of no, there's no way.
No, so no advantage. Just a straight roll for Tisme.
Okay. Nature. Forte.
Actually.
And guidance.
And I'll roll for Esmeralda. Is she proficient as well? Just let me have a quick look. Summer. There's some fine wolf pelts here. There is a fox, very good quality fox pelt here as well. Esmeralda picks two apart in particular and says, these are Fey minks.
So these have come from do you think these have come from the Feywild?
These pelts are absolutely.
So these bugbears must have come from there.
Beautiful, caring creatures. Magical in themselves.
Oh.
I think.
Cut these away.
I think Quinn, once again, then with the evidence in front of him, will cast Detect Portal and see if there's something nearby.
It's within a mile, is it not?
It's a mile, yeah.
Do you know distance or just direction?
Both. Actually, I'm just yelling shit. I have no fucking clue.
Both.
Yeah, both. Actually, the precise.
It actually instantly teleports me to one as well.
Yeah. Distance and direction. Fuck you, Eric. To the closest planar portal within 1 mile of you.
3/4 of a mile to the north. Beyond the village. So the village is maybe half mile. It's another 1/4 mile beyond the village.
So you guys see, Quinn, again, his eyes kind of awashed, almost like when you're using Godwin to like look through the thing you just displaced. Quinn will say, there's a this portal wasn't here originally because I checked in the village and I don't know that
you did not check in the village.
Okay.
You cast detect magic, but not detect portal.
Fair enough. There's a portal nearby in that direction. 3/4 of a mile, I suppose, to be precise. I'm assuming they came from there and they're running back to there.
Oh, that sounds good.
Quinn points in the direction. Tisme. That's the standing stones in which you've danced. These are the standing stones that Esmeralda arrived in 5 days ago.
5 days? This is all we. Jesus, action-packed week.
It hasn't even been a week. It's not even been a week.
It's an action-packed work week.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, doesn't D&D use 10-day or some nonsense?
Yeah,
like
it's a
that for their
10-day.
week?
It's half a week. So it's hump day right now.
D&D uses 10-day weeks.
Yeah.
Bastards.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we're not in.
No, we're not in Faerun, so I'm not sure what they. We'll have to have a look at the
We'll have to-
Midgard.
I'm
Well,
sure
cool.
they use. I'm sure they use 7 days because that is the easiest thing to manage.
Why would
is-
you
is
reinvent
people-
that?
yeah.
It's just madness. for
Kobold
sure.
Press official.
I will point that out to the group that it's the same direction. Bisbo, what I mentioned before about the standing stones, that's the same area. It's where I first met Esmeralda.
Well, yes, of course. Well, that's the portal that I came here to come in with you. How else do you think that you come from the Feywild? This
Do
is
they
how
stay-
it works. And
Do they stay open?
oh, no. Well, they close once. Oh, and she looks at Tisme. A few followed me in when I arrived.
Right. I remember that.
Who did the bugbear work? What faction are they from? Are they part of the Shadowfey, or are they belong to somebody in the Unseelie court? If they were attacking you,
We've had bugbears working as gardeners and servants for our house before. A lot of them were running away. We have been told they went to the Shadow Court. Others work for the Seelie. Bugbears, like all fey creatures, choose. It's not a creature is Seelie or Unseelie. It's whether they choose that path.
okay. So these could be from anywhere, but we're assuming the Shadow Court.
Yes, that was one of the reasons why I've been sent here, to find out what's going on with our servants and others. They've been leaving in droves.
Do you pay them well?
This doesn't offer
Feed
vaccinations.
them.
This is a different problem. We
We
need
feed
to-
them. We clothe them. We house them.
So you just give them food and housing. You don't pay them.
I think this is probably best argued by Taylor.
You're right. Okay.
Taylor definitely,
we'll
definitely doesn't
table
pay them.
this. We'll table this. Okay. Well, I take off I take the magical furs because I think I could make somebody armor with this or something. How much does that weigh? Like 10 pounds, 5 pounds?
I can carry something too if
There
you
are
want.
2 piles of pelts here,
Okay.
and they
Yeah,
carry
you wanna
5
carry
pounds each.
Yeah. You want to grab
Yeah.
grab 10 pounds of furs?
Sure. I mean, are we being super particular about weight? Because I actually don't keep up with it at
No.
all. So
Fantasy Grounds does factor it in. So at the bottom of your inventory, it will tell you how much weight you're carrying and what your encumbrance is doing. It's very simple and easy. All the articles that you've got from the bugbears are now on the party sheet for you to distribute as you would like to see.
this thing you keep trying to get us to use. There's the 2 unidentified items
I use-
for the pelts.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drag them into mine.
Oh, sorry. There are 2 lots of unidentified items. One is a. Damn. Sorry. Hang on a minute.
Sorry.
Let's do that. There we go.
Oh,
I've
they're
I've
unidentified.
identified one. The other ones are these pots that you found. These clay pots.
All right, drag the clay pots back, and I'm gonna grab the valuable animal pelts.
Yeah. Cool.
So we can spread the potions around. Definitely.
But we don't know what they are, right? They're just potions.
Oh, you're right. I should identify them. So
Yeah,
I'll grab
so
the stuff
we'll
that's
just
unidentified.
grab everything that's unidentified.
Look, I'll to make it easy because we're running out of time. They
Yeah.
are potions of greater healing. 2 of them. Didn't get a chance to use them before he was hit by.
Wow.
He's crawling, about to drink
Esmeralda.
one. Oh my goodness.
But I'll take the unidentified item. I'll identify that later.
Okay.
I don't know who gets injured the most. Probably.
We can sort this out. We can
Yeah,
sort
we'll
this
deal
out.
with it later.
It's definitely me,
yeah.
but that's fine.
So as you
Well,
pick over the bodies of
Esmeralda.
as you pick over the bodies of bugbears and
I am injured, though.
looks towards the horizon at some standing stones where Esmeralda had only just arrived, not even a week ago. We will say goodbye for the week, and we'll say goodbye for the chapter.
The
Thanks
chapter.
very much, everyone. Chapter 1 of Feytouched complete.
This is perfect.
When we meet again, go on, sorry.
I don't even have to barter with the lieutenant. We completely dodged that whole interaction. This is the perfect ending.
No, we have to go back to town. I need supplies.
Oh,
So when we start in 2 weeks' time, we have a little week off. When we start in 2 weeks' time, we'll be getting chapter 2, which is our version of the very, very wonderful Kobold Press's Wrath of the River King. Yes, our wonderful Fey adventures will continue. And for Taylor, It's coming. We'll be in the Feywild soon, I promise.
That's
We're
really,
on our way.
she's really not sick. She just has been resting her diplomacy checks to have them carry over for season 2.
But thanks for joining us. And guys, thank you so much for playing. It's been a really fun 11 sessions. I can't believe it's been 11. But yeah, we start chapter 2 in a couple of weeks. We're going to have a week off so we can prepare ourselves for the next epic part of the journey. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.
Switch us over. Let me click the things. Thing 1.